uncut, unedited, tell the truth, and shame the devil. I love being black. All right, all right. This is live, uncut, unedited. This is where we tell the truth and shame the devil. I love being black. A great topic tonight, the KKK Act, not charged. We want to talk about it tonight. We're going to give you some updates on what's really going on up there in Minnesota. And I want to get the facts right, get it out. I'll tell you. So we want to talk about it tonight. And not only talk about it, we want to discuss it with you all. And we want you guys to call in tonight. We're going to put the number up on the screen. And we want to get some callers. That's what we want to do tonight. So it's important that we share the video. It's important that we like the video. And we're going to talk about the KKK Act. And we need to hear about it and what it is and what it's not. And we're going to break it down in 3 categories. We're going to break it down what the KKK Act actually is, how it's used today, and also why Don Lemon's name is being tried to it. So we're gonna talk about it. We're really going to get into it. We're going to give some examples of what's really going on. And I remember on this live, we've always said that this isn't our fight. And they're going to go after black people. When you fight in Minnesota against ICE, they love singling us out. And this is what's happening right now. And they're working their mojo. And we're going to bring it out. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. We need the truth. We need to tell the truth. And what? I love being black. Tell the truth and what? Tell the truth and shame the devil. And that's what we own tonight. And I want nothing but the truth. I want you to put your personal opinions to the side, your personal thoughts to the side, and we're going to discuss it. Now, listen, we're just here for the truth. And you know, some of us, let me just say this, some of us, when it comes to the truth, if we don't like a certain party or a certain person, we'll go against the truth. And one thing about the truth doesn't need no rehearsal at all. It doesn't need no rehearsal. And we're going to talk tonight, and we're going to stay focused on the topic. We're not going to talk about what you want to talk about. We're going to stay on the topic. We're not going to derail the program tonight. We're not going to allow no one to come on here to say anything. And we got to still talk about you for the next 20, 30 minutes, throw the whole topic off. That's not going to happen tonight. And I'm going to make sure it is tonight. Hey, Felicia Coleman, I see you. Appreciate you. Relaxation therapy. Yep. All right. Come on in. What's up? Andre Williams, what's going on? And we're going to talk real talk tonight. Real talk. Now, if you come on in here tonight and think you're the smartest one in the room, we're going to show you that you're not the smartest one in the room. You know, you got folks come on this live, they call in and they interrupt folks. And then we had to spend 30, 40 minutes trying to straighten up what they said. And we're going to respect each other. We're looking for callers. Not only callers, we're looking for some new callers, some fresh voices. Now, I don't mind the old callers, and I appreciate you. But we don't want to scare away the potential callers that would call believing that if they call in, they feel like they're going to get attacked. Be ready in the building. What's up, my brother? All right. Before we get started, I want to let everybody know, check in tonight, where you calling from or where you listening from. Chicago, California, St. Louis, Mississippi, Texas. Let us know. I'll be happy to shout you out. I don't care. But, we want to talk about the KK Act. And I said tonight we're going to break it up in 3 parts. What the KK Act actually is, how it is used today, and why Don Lemon name is being used. Come on in. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. Come on in, people. Come on in. And we're going to talk about it. Be happy. Dallas, Texas in the house. That's what I'm talking about. Where you representing and checking in. Check in, people, tonight. I need you to check in. Let's get with this. Let's get with the program tonight. Let's stay focused. Let us stay on topic. Let us speak fluently in a timely manner. Let us do that. Again, we're going to be talking about what the KK Act actually is and how it's used today and why Don Lemon name is being tried to it. Chicago in the house. North Carolina is in the house. Michigan is in the house. That's what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about. Come on in, come on in. Grand Rising, Grand Rising, Grand Rising. Come on, I need you guys to share this video, share it. Don't just come in and come out. Stay here and watch it. Because we're going to learn something today. We got a black man that's being charged, labeled as the KK Act. And I tell black people, you need to stand down and mind your business. I'm telling you. Yeah. Hold on. All right. I'm sorry, people. Sorry for the interruption. All right. This is education. That's right. This is definitely education. Minnesota in the house. That's what I'm talking about. All right. That's what I'm talking. Say Hooterville in the house. All right. That's what I'm talking about. Come on in. Y'all showing out. We got our first caller. And we're going to start with the caller. We're going to get right into it right away. Caller, when they come in, I'm talking about she. I don't know if it's he, she. All right, come on in, come in. The numbers, yeah, the script, the numbers on the screen. All right, come on, caller. 847 area code. Come on, caller.
What's going on?
What's going on, bro? What's going on?
I was trying to see what the show was about tonight.
Okay, well, why are you calling if you don't know what the show about? Don't you see the title up on the screen? You ever heard of the KKK Act?
I know the KKK. I don't know the act.
Okay, well, you maybe need to listen.
I know KKK. It was a group formed in Indiana, a racist group.
Okay. This your first time calling in?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So what does KKK mean?
I I mean, it's Ku Klux Klan, right?
Okay, you tell me. I'm asking you. That's what it means?
I mean, yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Say Ku Klux Klan. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a start. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, they they hate the Jews, they hate blacks. It's white supremacy, I guess.
Okay. All right. Now, have you ever looked it up, the KK Act?
No, I haven't.
Okay. I'm going to give you a chance to look it up. Maybe you can put your phone on mute and go look it up and come back and tell us what it really means. And while you're doing that, I'm going to play a video. All right? That cool?
Okay.
That's cool. You can stay online. Stay online.
Okay.
I'm going to pull up a video, and we're going to play this video, and maybe you can Google it real quick or look it up and read and come back and tell us what it really is. Dallas, Texas in the house. Appreciate you. Okay, so just stay on the phone. You can stay on the line. You don't have to hang up. All right, I'm going to play a couple of videos for us. Okay. All right, people, we're going to play a couple of videos, and we're going to play a couple of videos. That's what we're going to do. All right, this is what happened. This is what happened.
David Easterwood is a pastor here. He is also the director of the field office for ICE in St. Paul. So someone who claims to worship God, teaching people in this church about God, is out there overseeing ICE agents. Think about what we've experienced. The murder of Renee Good at the hands of ICE. A Venezuelan national shot by ICE. A 6-month-old baby who almost died as a result of ICE unleashing military-grade weapons on our community. How dare you claim to be a pastor of God and you are involved in evil in our community?
Do you think Jesus would be understanding?
We're about worship
these folks.
We're about spreading the love of Jesus.
But did you try to talk to them?
No, church had gathered for worship, which we do every Sunday, and we were interrupted by this group of protesters. Yeah. We asked them to leave, and they obviously have not left.
Okay, we got another caller. People, we're going to take this caller. Eric code 872. Hey, caller. How you doing? Come on, caller.
Hello?
Yes, sir. What's going on with you? What's your thought and comment about this situation?
I think it's a bad situation. I think Don Lemon crossed the line. You know, they're doing a lot of things for shock value. And, you know, it's like now, and I got to feel a certain way about the Hispanic community because at first, you know, they was out there protesting. Now they have let these people come and take over their protests, just like they do with our protests. We know this from experience. We have protests and all these people come up. We'll say Black Lives Matter, then they say all lives matter, then there's gay lives matter. You know, these people come, they see a big movement, and then they come. And these people, like Donald Trump said, they pay agitators. They come, they take over your movement, and they turn it into something else. This has nothing to do with immigration right now. Those people don't care about immigration. Those people are protesting Donald Trump. Those people trying to get people, there's an election coming up, they're trying to get people to protest against Donald Trump. They don't care nothing about immigration. And the Hispanic community needs to speak out about that. And Don Lemon, I mean, he need to be punished for what he did. I'm not a Democrat or a Republican, but wrong is wrong.
Okay.
And we didn't have people going to a church and do that. That's he was out of pocket.
Okay, I have a question for you. Do you know what the KKK Act is?
No, this is my first time ever hearing the KKK Act. But whatever it is, it got something to do with the church because they used to blow up our churches all the time. Okay. So it has to do something to do with the church. But I don't know what it is. This is my first time hearing the KKK Act today.
Okay, thank you, sir. Let's go back to the other caller, 847. Still on the call, sir. 847 area code. Did you figure it out yet? 847.
Yeah,
Did you kind of read up on?
it was something about it. It was to stop. It was to have power in the office and stop the voters, and it's a white supremacist group.
Okay.
To have the power to stop for the president to stop a vote, to stop voters.
Okay.
And
now,
it was a form of 1870.
Okay. I'm getting close. All right, now, is Don Lemon a white supremacist, you think?
No,
Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay. How about you, 872?
No, I mean, he's black.
Are you
You
black?
can't be a white supremacist black.
Okay.
No, that's not true that you can't be a white supremacy and black. It's a whole bunch of black white supremacists, a bunch of them. But Don Lemon don't care nothing about Don Lemon, Al Sharpton, and all these people, Democrats. These people are Democrats before anything. They don't care about nothing. They're going to do whatever they can do to get you to vote Democrat because that's how they make their money. Don Lemon knew exactly what he was doing. There ain't nothing but some Howard Stern nonsense that Howard Stern used to do back in the day. Shock jocks. So he knew going into that church, he was going to get a lot of publicity. He knew what he was doing. He knew exactly what he was doing. And for him to be able to do that, he had to be able to organize them people to do that. He didn't just know them people. He just showed up and know they were going to be there. He had to help organize that. He had to help organize that and know that they was going up in that church. He was going to be right there, and now he want to interview the pastor. This don't have nothing to do with immigration. This had all the things to do with Donald Trump. They protesting Donald Trump. They're not protesting the immigrants. If they had a vote right now, all them white people that's out there marching, if they had a vote right now and say, do you agree with immigration, that they should go back, and probably 90% of them will vote yes. This had nothing to do with immigration. They hijacked their movement just like they've been doing us forever. And we experts in this. We've been protesting for a long time. We protesting experts. And these people come along and they take your protest. They make it theirs. They see it's a big protest, they show up, soon they're gonna start rioting. I mean, you got people standing in front of cars. That's ridiculous. You stand in front of the car, you throwing rocks, you throwing bricks. That's unheard of. We ain't never seen no nonsense like this. We ain't never seen no nonsense like this, what these people are doing. This is ridiculous. How you gonna fight for somebody in your country illegally? They don't have a fight. There ain't no fight for that. You can't defend that. You can't defend illegal.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, in this program, we're going to talk about what the KK Act actually is. We're gonna explain how it works, how it been used today, and also we're gonna explain why Don Lemon name is being tried to it. So we're gonna explain that. So a lot of this stuff that's going on is political. You can't really charge nobody with the KK Act, a person like that. It has to be. It's not right. But I'm trying to get some answers from you guys because a lot of times we do a lot of barbershop talking. We don't read, and I'm trying to get some answers out of us tonight.
I think we got to get more Democrats in there.
Right. Okay. Well, whether you're Democrat or Republican, the truth is the truth. I'm not. Hey, it is what it is.
Them racist Republicans, they the ones mess up the country.
Okay. It said the racist Republican ones mess up. Okay. All right.
Because I mean, I was always raised to vote Democrat, so I stick with my party.
Okay.
So this is what you say, raised to vote Democrat. You're a grown man now. You got to have your own mind. You got to look at what's going on in the world and be able to see if something benefits. How is immigration benefiting Black people? Explain that to me. How is somebody putting 100,000 people in your neighborhood and giving them first priority over you is helping you?
Okay.
Just because you're a Democrat. And the person that's doing it to you is a Democrat. What the Democrat has done It's made black people vote for their own demise. And that's all you're doing. My mama, I used to vote Democrat. I voted for Barack. The last time I voted for a Democrat was Barack Obama. I didn't vote no more after that first term. But this time I voted for Donald Trump. There wasn't no way I was going to sit down and let Kamala Harris, Kamala Harris, whatever she want to call herself, get in office. I voted to keep her out of office.
Okay, hold it right there, y'all. Hold it right there. Hold it right there. We're going to go to the next caller. All right. I'm not trying to get into a Democrat-Republican debate on here tonight, but I understand it's kind of part of what we're doing. But come on, Be Red. Be Red. Come on. A new caller.
Hey, Martin, what's happening?
Hey, how you doing, sir?
I'm good, man. I went ahead and did the homework.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Y'all better go take a look at this, because this here gives the president the power to waive habeas corpus. It also gives him the ability to deploy the military to suppress conspiracies against the government. Y'all better go read this. He's going to use this act along with the terrorism little act that he was doing to send the military in and waive habeas corpus, which means he's going to waive your rights. You can be arrested with no questions asked. You don't have any rights if he waives habeas corpus, which means the body of the law.
Okay, can you tell me exactly what the KKK Act is? Can you explain that to me?
I'm trying, but it's got, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's got 6 sub points to it. So I'm gonna take the one that's really what we need to pay attention to. It authorizes the president to deploy the military to suppress violent conspiracies against the government. Suspension of habeas corpus gave the president power to suspend habeas corpus in areas where the Klan's violence made federal enforcement impossible. This act was passed in 1871. It criminalized Klan activity, made Klan intimidation, conspiracies, and interference with federal law a federal crime. Federal jurisdictions allow federal courts to hear cases where individuals were deprived of their civil rights. Meaning when they came into that church and stopped those people from praying, which is a civil right, which is a constitutional right, he was using this as fuel to enact this KKK Act. This is a problem.
Okay.
This is a serious problem, Martin.
All right.
If you president waives habeas corpus,
okay. I
need got no rights.
I need some more callers, people. 872-299-0808. I need someone to call in and tell me what the KK Act is, exactly what it is, and how it's being used on Don Lemon. That's what I really want to know. That's what I really want to know. Because when I looked at it today, I was like, oh, okay. I had to look at it. I really had to look at it and I read it, but I got it broke down. I'm going to talk about it, but I want to hear what you guys have to say. And how is this guy being charged with a KKK Act? He's really not charged. To be honest with you guys,
He's charged with a KKK Act.
Huh?
I mean, he's not being charged with something the media throwing out there saying the KKK.
Thank
Act.
you.
He can't be charged with that.
Thank you.
That's the media throwing.
Thank you. That's what I want to get out here. We're cooking. Be redheaded a little bit. Now we're cooking. That's what I want to talk about. Now, my point is, this is my point that I'm trying to show y'all. Black people, we ask you guys to stand down. This is what they're going to do to you when you're black and when you're able to make some noise. They're going to find the law and try to put it on you and twist it. Now, I'm saying this to say this. You can't do what white folks do. You're not equal with them when it comes to the law. It's just not going to happen. It's not equal.
True.
And y'all know, Be Red, The stuff that they're pulling with ICE, we could never do that as a black race, black Americans.
True.
We could never do that, brother.
True.
Pick up throwing rocks at the
That's facts.
at ICE and all that, man. Could never do that. Now imagine they shot and killed a white woman, a liberal white woman, LGBTQ. I don't know how you pronounce it, but they killed the woman. She's white.
Yeah, protected status, double
Listen.
minority. Yes, sir. Keep preaching.
I want y'all to look at this like this. Look at this. I want to say this out of respect. And this is an educational moment. We're learning from each other. The scripture said iron sharpens iron. Now, here in America, we know I've lived long enough, 50-some years. B-Red, me and you the same age. We can't get away with what they get away with. But when the white man can't get his way, when he can't scare you with his scare tactics, threaten to throw you in jail, threaten to kill you, when that don't work, he got one other alternative. He started taking your life. Kill. See, a lot of us are scared of jail. We're scared to die. And it's a lot of bluffing going on. But what he's showing us, and we're talking about the ICE, they are willing to kill. And I'm telling black people, stand down, get out the way. Allow ICE to do their job. Now, you said, well, Martin, you got to be crazy. They doing this to people and doing that and shot a little boy and shot a lady and all that. Listen, what's going to happen to you? The white folks going to get a pat on the wrist and you the one going to get the real time. As my brother OJ say, they make laws and make example of us out of the laws that they make. That's what's going to happen. See, what they're trying to do here with Don Lemon, they're trying to get him. And they're going to get him. Trust me. Maybe not on this charge, but they're going to get him. They're working on him. Now, out of all the white
They've been
people,
wanting Don for a long time.
out of all these white people in there, in the church, but I've seen a lot of blacks in there as well. I think they're going after that Black Lives Matter lady too. Let me put a little video there. We're gonna go more into the show, people. Yeah, we're gonna go more into the show. Let me play a couple more videos. What did I play? Yeah, let's play this one.
Today we had the honor to protest with Nikema Armstrong and the Racial Justice Network. Just like Jesus did, we went into that church and we flipped tables peacefully.
Look at all the black people. Blacks. Them protesters.
Renee Good! Renee Good! Renee Good! Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are your people? Why are you not at Wimble every day fighting for the humanity, standing for our people? Where are you? You drink your coffee, you got your jewelry, you have your nice clothes, but what do you do? What do you do to stand for your Somali and Latino communities? I'm not going to comment. You have no comment, exactly. Renee Good! Renee Good! We have a duty to win! We must love and support one another!
All right, y'all see what's going on ground zero. You see what's going on ground zero. And this is the aftermath that they want to charge Don Lemon. Well, let me just kind of break it some down a little bit. I'm going to go into my talking points. And the KK Act isn't a criminal charge. You get arrested for it. It's a Reconstruction era civil rights law from the 1871 that mostly used today in the civil lawsuits, especially against government officials. So when people say Don Lemon was charged under the KK Act, that's legally impossible. What's really happening is that the name of the law is being used emotionally to escalate a media controversy. Now describe an actual legal action. Here it is. What the KK actually is. It's a Civil Rights Act of 1871. It's designed to stop racial terror, protest constitutional rights. How it's used today, it is mostly used through 42 U.S.C. 1983. That's the code. Civil lawsuits, not criminal charges. All right. Why Don Lemon name is being tied to it is because of political, media framing. It's a shock value and people confusing legal terms with accusations. Just want to let you guys know that. So that's what it's giving me. All right. Now, what it's doing here is letting us know that they're coming after the black man. And they're trying to use some talking points. Now, this particular pastor, they said he's over the ICE, over in Minnesota, over the ICE agents. And it may be very well. So whatever, I mean, some of you may see something wrong. Some of you may not see something wrong with it. I mean, that's your choice. So the KK Act, when I first seen it, I was like, the first thing I said, I told these black people to stand down. Yeah. All right. All right. We got to mute him. All right. Now, we know what KKK stand for, Ku Klux Klan. We know exactly what it stands for. This is an old act, and they trying to put it on Don Lemon. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not on here defending Don Lemon. I'm just saying what's right, what's true, what the truth is. Black people, they are going to come after us when we get into their business. They allow the illegal immigrants, the undocumented, unauthorized, to come over here. And now they want them out. You know and I know that they're not going to be able to get every illegal person that's in this country out like that. That's not going to happen. And I asked a question months ago to black people. What is it that you want? Do you want them gone or you want them to stay? It's a question. Now, our unemployment with our youth here in the state of Illinois, I believe, B-Red, you said it's like 48% amongst youth. That's what it is.
78%.
Okay.
Yeah, 78% 16 to 18 and 48% 19 to 25.
Now,
they took your jobs.
Thank you. And guess what? What are we seeing pictures of our young people, black Americans, downtown Chicago, looting, trending? They ain't got nothing to do. Well, you said, well, Martin, them jobs we don't want. But them jobs young people do want. Young people need money too. They showing us. They carjacking, they robbing, they stealing, they card cracking. Come on now. Now listen, anybody know common sense, poverty breeds crime, period. When you ain't got no money in your pocket, I learned this from old timer. He said, if you ain't got no education and no skill, there's only one other thing that's left. It's to steal, to rob. And that's what we're witnessing. Not all of our young people are stealing. But when you look at the news, you see majority of black people, young youth, committing crime. I'm telling you, they're not just going after the poor young folks, but they're going after all black people. The difference between us and illegal immigrants, they got a place to go. We don't. Talking about Foundation Black Americans. We don't. Be read. We don't have a place to go. They have a country. And the thing that I don't understand when I see the American flag, somebody said poverty does not breed crime. I don't know what country you live in, brother. Are you an American citizen? Come on now.
Are you a human being?
Yeah, are you a human being?
You got to eat.
You go eat.
You got to have shelter.
Yeah.
You got to have transportation.
And they're trying to nail Don Lemon to the cross. And I'm not taking up for him. He's doing what he do. He report. But black people need to stand down. We get into these white folks' business. That's what we're doing, Be Red. That's what I see, Be Red. We get into their business.
You right. Get into their business.
Man,
and they start pulling out the KKK Act where they can waive your rights, habeas corpus. That's what protects you when you get arrested. You lose that, they can treat you like a dog. They shoot you down the street. Next after that is martial law. Because that's basically what it is. If you go look at the two laws, this KKK Act and martial law, anytime they waive habeas corpus, those are the rules and the laws that protect you when you get arrested. Man, lose that, they can shoot you down the street like a dog and leave you there. Keep walking.
Mm-hmm. All right, people, we taking more callers, 872-299-0808. 872-299-0808 or 872-297-6389. All right. All right. Well, let me just say, let me invite this guy to come on here. What's your name? GBL 2000. Call in. I see you trolling a lot. Call in. Let's hear from you. Tell us what we don't know. 872. Be my special guest tonight. 299-0808. Be my very special guest tonight. Again, 872-299-0808 or 872-297-6389. The phone lines are open. I got plenty of room for you. Call in. Quit being the keyboard warrior. Come on in here and teach us an education lesson. That's all. I'm not going to cuss you out. I'm not going to silence you. I'm going to listen. Maybe I can learn something from you tonight.
Has joined.
All right, let's take this one caller. We got two callers just came in. 281. Come on, caller.
What's up, Martin? How you doing tonight?
Oh, man, I'm wonderful. I'm glad to be living.
Man, we silly.
Yeah.
I like your show tonight. I like all your shows, man. Tonight is like a really, 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 really good one. We are witnessing a classic act of from the, stay in your place. Stay in your place. But our place has got a problem. I've been saying it for a long time on your show. They don't want us here. And they'll be quite happy if we just jumped up and decide to go and leave. You know, they're not going to give us the money to leave and all that other kind of stuff. But they don't want us here, man. And, you know, Don Lemon is going to be made a classic example of, you know, you should stay in your place. And you're right. You have to be careful what you see on social media, even on this platform or anything like that. You got to be careful because you're coming out to everybody that's doing something that he feels is harmful. And I've never seen a president like this here. I mean, quite a few things that I don't agree that he's doing. And it's a lot of things that I kind of understand why he's doing. But to get back on this topic, what I was, you know, that you started on, it's a classic act of staying in your place. You know, stay in your lane and watch your mouth. I know some people ain't gonna agree with what I'm saying, and I'm not here to battle or argue with anybody, and I'm not, you know, you can call it whatever you want to call it, but it's a classic act of it. You know, we've been watching this for many, many years growing up. You know, how people turn a blind eye to certain things, you know. I didn't see that, but you saw it. I've been black all my life. This is all I've been seeing all my life. I'm gonna land the plane, Martin. Thank you.
Thank you, my brother. We're going to go to the next caller. Area code 845. Come on, caller. Caller? Caller 845. Are you there?
Hello?
Hey, how you doing, caller?
Hello?
Yes, I'm here. I hear you.
All right. This is Hicks from, my bad. I have a mic on mute.
That's good. That's a good thing.
Interrupt the program. I live right outside of New York City in the suburbs, right? And these conversations happen all over, right? And a lot of words that get used, and I'm in my 50s. I'll be 57 this year, right? A lot of words that we use against each other and our people, if we actually look at it, anything outside of that would make us superheroes, right? People say we're lazy. I don't know a lot of lazy Black people. We're uneducated. Our kids are bad. Our women are, you know, the B words and the HOES words and all of that. That is not what most of us deal with in our life. Most of my friends and family go to work every day. They try to take care of themselves. They try to take care of their families. They try to do what's right, you know, on the side of law where they're not going to get hung up, right? And I'm not in our children. They go to school like every other groups of people, children go to school. We do everything. We're lazy. We're uneducated. We don't try hard enough. We blame people. And if anybody has worked around other groups of people, and if you're in a diverse community, you will see a lot of people complain way more than we do. They're a lot lazier than we are. They're a lot more uneducated than we are. They're a lot more disrespectful to the law than we are. And it's unfortunate that we do that to ourselves. We turn that finger against the few of us, just like any group has a section of it that may not be doing so well, that may not be doing the right thing, but it's not a reflection of the overall group. We don't need to do nobody else's job to say that we're, I don't want to swear, effed up, and we ain't SHIT. They already said that. They codified that in the law a long time ago. They codified it in the law that we weren't even human.
Okay, can I?
They codified it in the law.
I need to stop you quick.
Yes,
Are
sir.
you GBL? Is that you? Huh?
No,
that's
I'm
not.
Hicks. I'm not.
Oh, Hicks. Okay. All right.
No.
Now, what I want to do. Okay. I just asked.
Yeah, you got it.
I just asked. No, I'm not trying to sing you out. Can you explain to me what the KK Act is? Do you know anything about that? Can you explain that to me? Do you know?
Me, like most people, right? Probably looked it up when we heard about it. And anybody's initial thought, if you read the year that comes after, right, like 1870 something, we would think it was against the Ku Klux Klan. right? But if we read it, it is to enforce the provision of the 14th Amendment. I'm not going to read no further. Everybody can do that. I don't want to, subvert the show and all that, because it makes for a good question. It makes for us to go read and look up and how they can try to implement these things, currently. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I think that's a good thing. And make us go read. I think that's a good thing. I think that's an excellent thing. I mean, I think that's an excellent
so we
thing.
ain't got to read the whole thing.
No, we
just read the first sentence.
Right.
Yeah, to let people go, because it helps us. But again, the extremes, and like you said so many times, they're going to find a way to make us a part of these things. And it's historical. And anybody that don't believe the data about us, about income inequality, about Black women being the most hurt people in any downsides in economics, any health issues in this country, any problem in this country, Black women suffer the worst. They have data numbers on it. We ain't got to keep arguing these things back. We don't got to point fingers. The government keeps good numbers. Trust me. Your state keeps good numbers. Your county keeps good numbers. Your city keeps good numbers. So a lot of these things, we ain't got to argue what people is and who didn't get, who is getting. No, there's information for that. But no, I just want to say, when I hear people my age who are discouraging, and even older, to younger people, that you're the problem. All you have to do is try harder. You got to work twice as hard to get half as much. If a young person don't go, well, why? Never mind why. You just have to. That's the way it is. That's not helpful. It's not. I would never tell my son that or my grandson that without telling them why. But yeah, that's all. I appreciate your show. I always listen.
Don't leave. I have a question to ask you. Do you see here in America where you live at? You live in New York, right? I think you said New York. And do you see a difference in the law, the way Black people are being treated in this country, and the way white people are being treated in this country? Do you see a difference in that? Or you think it's just evil? The playing field is just level?
No. I think historically it was always thought of as the North was the anti-South. Like, the North was better for Black people. The North was, not. So the North was the benefactors and the people who benefited most from slavery. This is where all the business comes out of, New York City. So Levittown, New York, it's a small city or town outside of New York City, maybe 40 miles from Queens, New York. And I think it's the first suburb, they call it. You can look it up, Levittown. It's named after a person named Levitt. And it was whites only. It was whites only. And again, if we do things by the book, right? Just like you asking me, we find the book don't stay the same. That's why I would never tell nobody, all you got to do is get there. If there keeps moving, you'll never get there.
Okay. Now,
and that's what happens.
I need you to get. You didn't tiptoe around the question. Now, I need you to get to it.
No,
Come on, get to it now.
No, it's painted. It's painted different. And I heard this saying a long time ago. In the South, white people don't want you.
No,
hold it.
No, hold it.
Hold on.
No. You didn't talk for
this.
Come on, bring it home. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm gonna put it down to this. In the South, they said white people don't care if you live next to them as long as you don't have nothing. In the North, they don't care if Black people have something as long as you don't live next to them. As long as you ain't by them, they don't give a shit. They'll keep moving. They left the cities. They left the suburbs to get away. Every time a Black person will go to the city.
When are you going to answer the question that I asked you? You're going all around it. Come on, Come on. I mean, ask the
You
question.
asking me, are the laws better in the Northeast?
No, I didn't. I didn't. That wasn't the question.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I
Okay.
asked you,
My bad. Okay.
do you see a difference in the laws when it comes to black people and white people in this country? Is the ground? Is it a?
Oh, I thought you meant New York.
Yeah. I'm asking you a personal
Yeah,
question.
there's a difference. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a difference.
What? Tell me what the difference is.
In law, in guilt and innocence, in law, guilt and innocence is based in court. And most people who go to court, we know people with money fare better in court. People with public defenders don't fare better in court. So you always gonna. And who has less money in the country, data-wise? Just look at the numbers. We do. Black people do. We fare worse in court. We fare worse in traffic stops. We fare worse in every legal standards you could say. We're over surveilled. We're over arrested. We're overly convicted. The numbers show that.
Well, why you think that? Hold it. Okay. Why do you think that though? I mean, why is it that way? Okay, we'll just say what you're saying is true. We'll just say I'm not going to debate that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm asking you,
I got you.
Why do you think things are that way for blacks here in America?
Well, I don't think it's a simple reason. I think a person's income level allows and protects them from certain things, right? It allows us to send a lawyer to court. We're just going to use a court case. If I have enough money to pay for a lawyer, I can go to work that day. I have a lawyer on retainer. Or if I have a business, my lawyer goes to court, somebody falls in front of my businesses or chokes on the, sandwich I made and my business. I'm going to fare better in court on just legal matters. I'm going to fare better in. It's an income thing. Now, how do I make income where I live? I need opportunity to make income. Right? No. There has to be, I have to be able to earn. I have to be able to earn money where I live. Or I have to commute. How do you commute? You got to take the bus, the train, you got to buy a car. It's income. In black communities, if we stay segregated, which we have, barbershops, restaurants, I grew up with all that, corner stores, hair salons, all black. If there's no further investment in our communities, they're not going to grow. If the jobs leave, I can name about 4 plants that left around where I live. Ford Motor Plant, IBM, Regal Bag, super large pocketbook manufacturers. When they leave,
all right,
income. Definitely.
Okay. Is that by design, you think?
I think it's in on the investment end for as corporations and earning money for their stockholders. It is. I don't think you would take a corporation out of a neighborhood. Like say you got a warehouse and you got cheap labor. Why would they leave? One, taxes go up. The county or the city start charging that corporation more taxes. Well, if you charge us more, we're going to leave. We can get it done cheaper. Or if the people who work there go, we need more money. We want more money. Bread costs more. Eggs cost more. The corporation go, well, shit, we can send it down south. I tell you, I live in the Northeast. Super expensive. They'll send the shit down south. It went from south to Mexico or to Canada to Indonesia. So corporate wise, yes.
Okay.
You gotta earn profit.
Hold it. I'm gonna ask you one more question, and I got another call. I don't want to leave them on hold too long. No problem. No, you good.
You got it. No, I don't want to.
This is do you believe? This is a personal question. May not be a little bit on the topic. That blacks should receive reparations in this country.
Of course.
Why?
Of course.
Tell me why.
And
tell me why.
I would go to there being documented cases, right? And not blanket. Not a blanket reparations, because harm would be say something like the GI Bill, where black soldiers were promised certain things, left the military, and were purposely not, they were given access to certain things. Redlining, how you value someone's home, which is most people's largest asset, is their home or property. How we were redlined out of certain communities on purpose, documented against the law.
When you say we, who are you referring to?
Black people.
Oh, okay. I just want to make it clear.
No black people living here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No black people can live here. If you sell a black person your house, we're gonna give you this much money for it. If you let black people work here, we won't insure your plant. These things are codified, and the government was fully behind it. So yes, black people are over.
Okay. Thank you. If you can hold on, and let me take this new caller. Hey, 901. Hey, caller. What is the KKK?
Hey, what's going on, Mark?
Hey, what's going on, brother? I know you got a lot of interesting things, but let's try to point back to the original topic. But I know you got a lot of things to say, but come on, let's hear it.
Okay, now look, I want to give it up to you and everything like that, because this is what's duly needed into our community, into the brother from New York and everything. When he asked you about the reading aspect of it, it's very important for us to be able to read and understand, because it's one of our goals and our missions. Like I said, oftentimes we ask our ladies to follow us, but their question is where we're leading to. And just quickly on this right here, if you think about it, the reason why they're afraid of black men getting involved, because black men are the ones who actually took their laws, challenged their laws, and gave it back to them. And therefore, we enjoy the things that we enjoy right now. Now, here's the thing. The KKK Act was founded to combat the KKK during the Reconstruction time. But here's the thing that they're actually doing. And Martin, what you asked was a brilliant question. What they're doing is this. They're taking the KKK law, which was designed for African Americans, and they're trying to flip it. They're trying to flip it on us. Because I want you to see, you see what I'm saying? You was very close on what you was actually saying. They're doing the reverse Uno card. The reason why I can say this, I can give you 3 points quick. J.D. Vance, when he was at that white people, you don't have to be ashamed to be white anymore. You don't have to apologize for being white anymore. Trump and his administration, something that you're going to say, man, I didn't know this. Do you know that the DOJ is actually suing, stating that white males are being discriminated against? Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Fact. Right now, I'm talking about, you can look up the court cases right now, they're actually suing and saying white males were being discriminated against. Again, last week, Trump said the civil rights movement was a good thing and everything, and it helped some people, but what it did, it discriminated against white men. He said that last week.
Okay.
And all these things you can look up and pull up. So basically what they're basically doing when it comes down to it, they're gutting the civil rights bill, the movements and all the rest of those things. But what they're actually doing, they're taking it and they're trying to apply it to them. And when you talk about when it comes down to Don Lemon and all the rest of those things, and like B. Rad said, suspension of the habeas corpus means that he is able to employ the military into the streets of our cities. And understand when it comes down to the immigration, I want you all to think about it from this standpoint. Martin and I come pick y'all up on the bus. You get on the bus, but you know you're on the bus, but what I want you to think about, where are we taking you to? So oftentimes, don't look at what's actually going on here now that you're on the bus. We have to be concerned of where are we going? Which direction are they taking us to? And basically, with this and him trying to suspend habeas corpus, what they're doing is just like they did Roe v. Wade. When you want to change a law that's been codified for a long time, like Roe v. Wade, you don't attack it all at once.
what you do is you chip away at it. You chip away at it. You chip away at it. If you get charged with a crime, there are elements in that crime that you must meet. What your defense attorney is going to do is chip away at the elements of the crime in order to disprove. You see what I'm saying, Ryan?
Okay. I have a question for you,
So,
too. Go ahead. Finish. Go ahead.
Yes,
Finish
sir.
up. Finish up.
No. That's what I want to ask and help y'all to understand, because understand one thing. You all, when it comes down to the side, and we have to really look at what's really actually going on. Now, you see these protesters. Understand something real clear, people. The United States of America was founded on protests. Don't never let nobody tell you other than that. You look at the foundation. We were founded on protests. That's what makes us different from everybody else, every other country. And basically what's happening is they're coming at that right. There's a thing called 2030. It's really going to trip y'all out. In the UK right now, if you put something on your Facebook account that they don't like, they come into your door and put handcuffs on you and locking you up. It's been almost 250 cases that done happened this year. And Pierce Morgan is the one who actually brought that out. And you ask yourself, why are they doing that? Because what they're trying to do, and they're centralizing power, then they have this thing called digital IDs. Basically what they're doing is they're trying to make this utopian society where you have your top elites controlling everybody else. And if you come and you criticize the government, they'll be able to lock you up. Thus, you have no rights. So the thing about it is, what we have to think about is we're on the bus, but where are they taking us to? The Republican Party used to complain about freedom and tyranny from the government. But inadvertently, what they're not seeing is that you are creating a bigger government. They're trying to consolidate power, give the president the power. They've already said that he cannot be charged while he's in office. So the immigration thing you have to look at, that's one aspect of the thing. But what they're actually doing is they're just testing this on this. They're testing this and see how far they can go with it. And then what they're going to do is, once they get all the immigrants out and everything like that, once again, where are we going? All the immigrants are out. They're gone. They're out. There's no more immigrants in the United States of America. Do you think they're going to stop that practice? No. Think about it from those.
Can I just address them a few comments in the chat? I think people misunderstood what I was saying about New York and the slavery. It had nothing to do with who had the most slaves or nothing. What I was saying, I was saying that, and it's obvious through history, people from the South fled to the North, right up the Mississippi, into New York, into Cleveland, Chicago, Pittsburgh, all these places. It was believed that the Northeast and the North was the better part of the country, which it wasn't. I never said that it was. So when you ask that question about, do I feel that the laws are different for Black and white people? It was a perception that the North was better for Black people. And it wasn't. It wasn't. When Black people came here from the South, white people moved out. They lowered wages. They closed plants. They did everything to get away from us. That's what I was saying about the North. They didn't care what you had as long as you ain't next to them. They kept moving. You move next to them, buy a house, they go buy a bigger house somewhere else. Just how down south. And all that technology thing, we have to teach the young people to understand technology and AI. And just like that gentleman was saying, if anybody looks back at history, after 9/11, there was a program put in place where they could get records from telephone companies, computer companies, all of these records, not because they suspected me from New York doing something. And then go, okay, let's look at his record. They collected all of the data. Edward Snowden leaked all of that. They're surveilling everybody. They don't look at your data after they think you committed something. They collect all the data. If you do something, then they sift through your data. Google, Facebook, Amazon, AT&T, T-Mobile, Verizon, Apple, you name it. So that is we are definitely in a technological world.
Yes, I agree. Let me just say this. Okay, I want to get back just a little bit. Now they are brewing up something. The Department of Justice. They are trying to charge, which we know they can't charge them with a KK Act. That's a civil anyway. It's not criminal. But what I want to say is, my purpose of this is blacks, this is my personal opinion, should mind their business, their own business. Now, for those of you that say we're next, they're going to come out there. They never stop coming out to black people. We still been redlined and gerrymandered. We still, even right now today, trust me, listen, we are that, but we have to fight. One thing I can say about black Americans, we will fight, and we know how to fight. Now, when I say fight, I'm not talking of a military-wise, but I'm talking about we'll fight these laws. We'll protest these laws. Others just to get along, to go along. Now, some of us are like that, but others, they're not going to fight them like the way we're going to fight. We're going to fight. And that's just in our DNA. And one thing about us, we don't have nowhere to go. This is the only place that we know. Others have a place to go. Now, they went inside that church. Whether you agree with it or not, they did protest. They went into the house of the Lord. Now the one I'm gonna ask you, you more political than I am. Do you think that was a violation? I'm just asking. This is not a trick question or trick question or anything like that. Do you think by those protesters going inside of that church to boycott or protest that particular pastor who is over ICE in that region, in Minnesota? Do you think that was a crime?
Brilliant.
Yeah. Do you think
brilliant question?
Go ahead.
No, that wasn't a crime. That was no more than when you have somebody, the preacher coming up there, he's preaching and the side chick get up there, get to hollering and all the rest of that, because there was no violence that actually happened in that. And also, no, that wasn't a crime. And the reason why, if you think about how they did it, and you as a person who's actually participated in a large amount of these protests and everything, you got more experience than I do. But understand what they actually did. Now, the law states that if you try to impede a public official that's doing their job at their job, they were smart enough not to be at the job. They took it to the church. And also, not only that, it was a twofold thing. That was actually brilliant. What they did, they took it to the church. They took it to them on a moral level as well. And they looked at the parishioners as well and said, "Look, are you supporting this? Is this what your God teaches you?" So, and you got to understand, those people, they have lawyers on deck. So, no, that was actually a brilliant move. And also, the DOJ is looking into trying to charge. But the problem is, you have a lot of people, which y'all probably don't know because it just happened, but a lot of the DOJ lawyers last week quit. You had 5 of them quit today. So they're actually walking away from it. Because what it is we're living in a time right now where they're coming at the Constitution. They're coming at the Constitution. The basic rights that we enjoy today are under attack. And see, that's what it is about it. Think about it. If you would actually take a survey of the Republicans and the Democrats and all the rest of it when it comes to immigration, you will see it's about the same number. It's the same number. I think Americans as a whole agree that we have a problem, something needs to be done with it. Number one is the way they're going about doing it and everything. That's what's the ugly part. 75% of the Americans say that that's going the wrong way, Republicans and Democrats. So we understand that. So we agree on those things. But the thing about it is, I want y'all to think about something. What they're doing is they're bringing other laws under that. See, they're telling you it's about immigration, but it's not about immigration. It is and it ain't. What it's about is to test how far they can go to accomplish the mission that they're trying to accomplish. And like the brother said from New York with these job losses, we talked about that the other day. And the reasons why they cut off these food stamps, I need y'all to think about this. They cut those food stamps off for the people that's currently on food stamps. But what people are not saying is these jobs are laying people off every day, large amount. What they're doing is stopping the people who are losing their jobs now from getting those benefits in housing. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, I see what you're saying. Now, I have a question. Just it's for any one of you guys on the panel. We're still focusing on the church. Now, we know that a lot of pastors are being hired. So having a church, they're paid ministers. Would you consider that a workplace for the pastors? I'm just asking a question. That's all I'm asking. Anybody can answer that.
Private. It's a private place, and I think I Googled that when I first tuned into your show. Like, is a church public or private? Right. That matters, and you're asking like serious like legal questions.
You breaking up.
The question is federal. That's the question. Is it federal? Is it federal?
No. He said is it a workplace for the pastor? But again,
the law states that it has to be at his work, and he's the director of ICE, which is a federal agency. And the reason why they didn't go to the office because some of those things could be, but they called him, we'll just say, doing extracurricular activity. So they did not take it to the ICE office. They took it to the church, which was a smart move.
Yeah, go ahead, B-Ray. Yeah, go ahead, B-Ray. Go ahead, B-Ray.
The church is a private business, but the building is a public building. Two different things.
Okay, that's a good point.
So,
good point. Good
yes,
point.
They
good
came
point.
into a public building, open to the public. So the only thing they can really get these guys for is, trespassing, disorderly conduct, some low-class misdemeanor stuff. But to get back to Don Lemon, that was a classless move that Don made. He could have called that man on the phone and had a conversation with him. Hey, I want to do an interview with you. He showed up with these LGBTQ protesters, like Trump said, these paid professional protesters, and you stick a mic in the front of the man while he's screaming and hollering in church. What a classless amateur move. They've been out Don for a long time. I'm glad that brother said this is civil. And the best way to hurt Don Lemon is to take his damn money.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. You got to get your facts straight on that, sir. He was not that. He actually came up to interview. He had no part in that. And see, some of the things that you all hear.
Is that the appropriate place to do an interview?
No.
He's a professional. He's a professional.
No, you see how you just skipped over what I just said?
I didn't skip over nothing, brother. Me and you not going to get into no argument, bro. Please stop.
No.
Don is a professional. He had a $7 million a year contract at a job. He shows up at a bullshit ass protest at a church and stick a mic in front of a pastor in the middle of a protest. What an amateur move.
Bill.
Has joined.
Mike Wallace wouldn't have done it. Name the professional white boy that would have done that. Name the professional journalist that on his level where Don was, that would have done that amateur shit.
I gotta watch that language now. Okay. I know we get a little emotional.
What would he have done it? What would he have done that, Martin? What would he have done? Who would have done that? Nobody.
That's not true. You have to look at the history. Look through history. Mike Wallace has done that several times, my brother.
At church, during a protest at a church. Pull it up.
But hold on. There's actions, right? And there's actions, and then there's charges, right? There's a lot of stuff we do as just regular people every day that doesn't result in charges or national coverage, right? But when it does, and the federal government is involved, right? I'm just going to read 4 quick things.
Go ahead, sir.
That jump into play when it's First Amendment protection. Don Lemon maintains he was present at the church in a journalistic capacity. Journalist, First Amendment. Second one, lack of conspiratorial intent. Did he conspire to do this ahead of time? Journalistic privilege. Everybody who's Don Lemon is a journalist. And then, like the gentleman just said, civil versus criminal application of the law. Like how they going to pursue this? Like he says, it's civil, it's harassment, is it criminal, or steal money, or criminal, some time and intent, and all those things. So it's once it hits the media and it's a federal case, which it's not yet because he hasn't been charged with anything, I don't think. But it's the dynamics change. So what's petty to like us in a conversation and somebody just bum rushing something. Once that shit hit the news or the federal, the feds is involved, it's a whole different shit. And yeah, I think they're gonna hit his pockets. They're gonna sit him down. He ain't gonna be on social media. They're gonna make life difficult. That's what I think. He ain't going to jail or none of that shit. But he ain't going to jail. Not probably. I think they're gonna sit him down.
Here's the thing I think y'all are missing. Martin has been reporting in the community for years. And he has a whole video. He has a whole video library. The things that you're all saying and actually espousing for will take Martin's right to bring us the content that he's actually bringing. You have to understand there's 4 branches of government, and the media is the 4th branch of government.
That is.
And once you squash the most powerful, it is the most powerful. See, what Martin do is very important. Very important.
Yes, it is. That's why I'm here.
Martin Johnson be next. And then we really be messed up because he's bringing us the information.
Mm-hmm. Well,
and through like with today's technology, they don't have to. Someone doesn't have to hear Martin say nothing. Their computers operate in a fashion. That's why you can talk about chili cheeseburgers right now, and 10 minutes from now, your phone, you'll be getting ads about restaurants. 10 minutes.
It happened to me 30 minutes ago, brother. It happened to me 30 minutes ago. It happened to me 30 minutes ago. It happened to me.
They don't need people. They don't need people to do nothing. That device in your hand, like we was talking about earlier, that technology. Now people go, well, how could you make it where it doesn't do that? Your maps wouldn't work. Your Facebook wouldn't work. Your messages, they make it so if you want to use this device, you have to turn on these, permissions. So yeah, the computer. If you play a song on the internet, they'll mute it. That's how you get copyright.
Right.
It ain't until someone goes, oh shit, Martin played Michael Jackson. No. So no, I agree with that.
I want to say something.
If it happened to him,
we got a new caller. Bill, just before you talk, let me play this last video of Don Lemon interviewing the pastor. It's less than a minute. Okay, then you next, Bill. Okay. Let's listen up.
It's unacceptable. It's shameful.
Listen.
It's shameful to interrupt a public gathering of Christians in worship.
But there were folks who will say,
I have to take care of my flock.
Okay, but listen, we live there's a constitution in the First Amendment to freedom of speech and freedom to assemble and protest.
Yeah. We're here to worship. We're here to worship Jesus because that's the hope of these cities. That's the hope of the world is Jesus Christ.
I want to be very respectful. Please don't push me, though.
We're here to worship Jesus. Yes. That's why we're here. Yeah. Okay, that's why we're here. Okay. That's what we're about.
Don't you think Jesus would be understanding
we're about
and love these folks?
We're about spreading the love of Jesus.
But did you try to talk to them as a Christian?
No one is willing to talk.
Okay.
I have to take care of my church and my family, so I asked if you actually would also leave this building.
You don't want us to chronicle what happened?
Unless you're here to worship.
I'm always worship. I'm a Christian.
We're here to worship. Yeah. We're here to worship. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Go ahead, Bill. Bill, go ahead. I don't know what you wanted to say, but go ahead, Bill. Go ahead.
Yeah. I was listening in and I heard 901 make a statement that's going over everybody's head. This is not just about the immigrants. This is about powerful white men battling for something that they don't want us to know about, which usually has to do with more money or more power. And they're using people's the migrants or immigrants civil rights in this situation, comparing it to ours, and that's the key issue that keeps coming up when the protesters sit back for the last, just say, 5 to 7 years and watch the same thing happen to Black people and was not appalled at it happening. Those people are being paid definitely by a Democratic Party. They are at battle. It's not just in battle with Donald Trump. It has become a hatred. I mean, where's the acceptance? The man he's not gonna be president forever, but they want you. They'll put that out there as one of their fear-mongering tactics. All of this propaganda floating around while people are addressing their own agenda, and Black people need to stand down and get ourselves together and leave this alone. I'm appalled at looking at Black protesters out here with these people. And as far as the church situation, there's nothing illegal about what he did. There's nothing illegal about the protesters going to the church. But here's the thing. The protesters and the Democratic Party are constantly showing their hand of how far, just what 901 just said, how far they can push this envelope. They have showed immorality. I mean, everything that they could throw at America just to have what they want. I mean, the church, I think they bogus, they wrong. He didn't rape no kids or nothing like that. He didn't break a law. He's got a job with ICE, over ICE, however you want to put it. But to go up in their church, you're not just violating him, you're violating all of parishioners. And it's not right, because where in America is there going to be some safety?
Bill, stop it right there. Now, Bill, I think you contradict yourself now. I'm not sure. You contradict yourself. Now, you just said that the protesters wasn't wrong for going in the church. Is that what you said? Is that what you meant?
No,
okay.
I didn't say they wasn't wrong. I felt like they wrong. I said that there's nothing illegal about what they did.
Okay.
I think they wrong, because there's got to be some place that's safe. Our schools are not safe. The police department ain't safe. Where can you run for safety? And these people are pushing the envelope to show on both ends, because one party ain't no better than the other. One going up in people's house without warrant, and the others are going wherever they want throughout this land, up in churches, wherever they feel like going. Stopping federal agents. I don't think they should have did that. It's got to be a line.
I was getting ready to say we I think, regardless of the generation, are always going to be on that line, right? Are we going to say the police were right, the government is right when they wear, bulletproof vests, helmets, armored cars, kicking down doors? Yeah, well, it's not mine, it ain't us. Let's stay out of it. Or that, you know what, it might be me next, and they did that to us. And they shot us with guns and water hoses.
Yeah, they did that.
Hold on. Just let me finish one point. And dogs. And then the subtle shit. I apologize for cussing. And the subtle stuff to devalue. In this current age, I think valuation, and I don't want to go too far back because young people, they don't like to hear the old school stuff. But valuation currently is where everything is at. We see it on the news every day. Companies that are small get valuations, billions of dollars. This company got bought by that company. All of these things that young Black people create get turned into memes, get turned into billion-dollar corporations. You see it on commercials. There's another way to subdue and mistreat and oppress people. That's not always violent. That's not always obvious. That's not always trending in the news like, oh, look, they're protesting. No, but it's still damaging. Anyone that owns a home, trust me, the valuation of your home matters. If you went to school for 4 years and you got out, there's no job for you. That degree should matter, should have value. No criminal record, that's value in this society. Now, you would think, that's a good thing. No, in this society, that's value. Okay. It's how we value things. But they continuously change that. That's what I'm saying. That target that we be trying to hit sometimes keeps moving. And we got to keep moving.
That's facts.
We got to keep moving. There's no there. There's never a there. Let's get there.
I want to say something real quick. When I was out there protesting, documenting and everything, now, where they went wrong, the protesters in the church, I'm going to tell you where they went wrong. When the pastor asked them to leave, they have that right to actually leave. They have to tell you that before they can be arrested for trespassing. They have to tell you, just like a business. If you go inside a business and protest and they ask you to leave and you don't leave, you can get arrested. Also, when you protest here in Illinois, I don't know how it is around the world, you can't block the sidewalk. Now, you can walk up and down the sidewalk, but you cannot stand in front of someone's business protesting. That's illegal. That is illegal here in the state of Illinois. Now, I can't really speak for other places. So those protesters that went inside that church could have been arrested after he asked them to leave. You only get one time. I'm just being honest with you guys. So that's how I work here in the city of Chicago. I know, perfect. Now they have to tell you. They have to. Go ahead. Go ahead, Bill.
You 100% right, Martin.
Hold on.
And that's one of the number one reasons.
I'm sorry, Bill. Please forgive me. But one thing about that, there's a thing called authorization of agency. The pastor could have told them to leave, but the police has to show up and have them to sign something and to acknowledge that he received it.
No, okay.
Before he can do that.
Okay, now let me say this.
That's what I was going to speak on.
Hold it, Bill. No, let me say that. Now, if the owners ask you to leave, they gave you a warning.
Yes.
And the police come to the protesters and say, hey, the owners want you guys gone. They've told us. And we're going to give you a certain amount of time to disperse. If not, we're going to arrest all of you. They can do it that way as well, too. You know, because one thing with trespassing, you have to be warned. You know, you have to be, when you protesting, you have to be warned. That's what I want to say. Here in Illinois, now I can't speak for other states. Go ahead, Bill. I'm sorry.
Yes, you're absolutely right. That's the only piece. That's what I was getting ready to speak on. At the point where I was getting ready to talk, the protesters were asked to leave, but here's the thing: there's no officers there that's going to arrest them. The same has went on in all of these sanctuary cities, and there's only so much space that the ICE agent and Homeland Security got, and that's predicted for the people that they're gathering up that shouldn't be here. For the most part, I'm sure they didn't have the idea that they would have to lock up as many American people protesting. So calling the police is out the question in these sanctuary cities.
No,
and these protesters know that.
They will arrest them. Trust me.
I definitely disagree.
I disagree with that, Bill.
Because there's data. There's data that shows that there's dissent. Hold on. There's data that shows there's dissent in any county or city or state, or that groups of people are against. Again, data is the new wave of superiority. He who controls the data and can collect the data knows what's going to happen, what's happening now. They know what people write on Facebook. They know who people voted for. They know when people dislike. And again, it's not a person sitting there looking at your screen going, "Oh, Martin said thumbs down." No, it's data collection. So they have a idea of what's going to happen. It's called preparation.
Okay,
Everybody
so
has it.
even
You own the company.
now with the data and all that they predicted, okay, I give you that. But what we seeing in real time in Chicago and Minnesota, that the police are not there to assist them in any form or fashion.
Okay. Well, okay. What you saying, Bill? Okay.
For that. They knew they were coming.
Okay. So
the state. That's the right of the state, though.
Right.
That's the right of the state. Because
they knew they were coming.
Hold on. There's a federal law and there's a state law. And see, what you got to understand, Bill, is basically what they're doing. They're protecting your rights as well. Because when you have a government that's out of control, you have tyranny. That's what you don't understand, that you don't get. And I understand it may be immoral. That's one argument I can, kind of agree with you on, but it's illegal. But here's the thing. Don't miss the forest for the trees, because anything they show you on the news and all the rest of that, that's just hiding the ball. They want you to look to the left while they doing the right. My thing about it is, people look at where they're trying to drive us, and I'll listen. What are they trying to take us? Where is this going to end up?
okay. Now we got a new caller. I don't want to ignore him, the therapist. I think he's on here now. Okay.
We need it.
Yeah. Well. Okay. All right. So we all got points, y'all. We listen. Let me just say this. Don't know one person know it all. We all got points. I'm just speaking out of what I've witnessed here in Illinois. That's all I'm saying. Now, we know that there's a stigma that the blue states, the sanctuary cities, they soft on crime. We hear about that. We already know what the talker points is on that. But listen, Black people, we get it. We still get it. Whether they soft or not, we still get that crime. We still get punishment. But let's see what Mr. 214 have to say. Come on, caller. Hopefully he's dealing with this conversation.
What part you want?
Yeah. Now, well, we're talking about.
I'm always deal with the conversation.
Yeah. But I don't want to make the show about you today. I need you to laser focus.
The show is never about.
It's always
about me.
It's always about you. It's always about you.
It is right now. It is right now.
Yeah. Well, come on. Where you want to start? We want to stay laser focused on the KKK Act. But what we're talking about the protesters going inside of a church protesting. That's what we're talking about.
Right.
That's what we're talking about right now.
Yeah.
But I know we made a lot of points, so you can bounce off that. Go ahead.
See, the First Amendment right entitled the American people to free speech. But where they went wrong, they broke the law of private property.
How's
the protest? That's why.
How's it private? It's a church is public.
And it's open to the public.
Yeah. Okay.
No, it's open to the public. You can put that on the sign, but their business structure and 501c3 and their landlord tenant act is for a demarcated piece of land that is privately owned and privately held. They make us seem like it's open to the public. So is McDonald's, but any and every other business is open to the public, but it's still on private property. And what they did was violate. That's when trespassing laws are called into effect, and you don't have the person accused of trespassing does not have to sign anything. What they do is they read you a trespass notice verbally, and that's all they have to do. No signatures required. And
that's not true, sir. That's not
that
true.
Is true. I've faced it several times, and that's why you see professional protesters with the professionally made signs. They are on the sidewalk because in city law, a lot of city law gives what they call 6 foot of easement, and that's the right of way. So yes, right of way for pedestrians to pass, and so they violated private property. Every business in the United States has a law in effect. And some put it up, some don't. And it reads like this: we reserve the right to refuse service to anyone, whether they put it out publicly or not. Private business and a private concern has the right to have who they want in there and put out who they want to put out. So that's how that works. The protesters were wrong.
You should get a job with the DOJ and help them to continue to lose because the things you just said. Wow. Simply not true.
No, I don't.
Check this out. Check this out. Martin.
I don't work with losers.
Okay.
I don't work with losers.
214.
Now, a loser like you can go over to the DOJ.
There we go.
Now 204, 214. Let 901 talk. Okay, let 901 talk.
He started it.
Okay, let 901 talk. Let him talk. Go ahead.
Okay. I won't say nothing about that bone.
Oh, that's cool. But look, Martin is a tenant of mine. I already met him, signed a contract and everything like that. And Martin, he be running them women and all that old stuff. I'm just joking, of course, y'all. But he's not paying me.
We live in 2 different states. We don't even. Yeah. Go ahead.
All this joke because Martin don't drink. You're supposed to say that first. I was joking. It's strawberries and everything. You can tell by his skin he don't participate in this stuff. But anyway, he's my tenant, right? He's my tenant, and he signed a contract and everything like that. And I go down there and file some paperwork against him that I want to get him evicted. And Martin shows up to court and tells the judge that he never gave me no notice about showing up for court. He has no paperwork and all the rest of those things like that. What is the judge going to do?
throw it out.
In Illinois, it's nothing. They letting the folks stay up in these people's houses when I pay.
No, but I'm talking about the law because Martin did not receive. You have nothing. If the people don't sign that document, how can the police prove that they showed him that he had it?
Okay. Now, 901. Let me say this. Let me just say this.
Y'all bad landlords. Y'all bad landlords.
Hold it.
I can tell you how to get them out of there, but I ain't gonna say nothing.
Hold it. 845.
Yeah.
Hold it. Now, if an officer goes inside that business where you protested and talk to the owner and ask the owner, do you want them to leave? Did you tell them to leave? You got to ask him. He said, yes, I asked them to leave. He can arrest him for trespass. It's a misdemeanor. But he can. He can give them a verbal warning. See, all the protesters can say, well, he didn't tell us to leave. So they can't arrest. Now the owner, whoever the person that run everything, can say, hey, I need to order employees. I want the protest out of my place of business. They have to leave or be arrested.
Right.
So they could do it that way too as well.
And he has the officer has witnesses. And you know who his witnesses are?
Right here.
His witnesses are
his camera,
his body cam, and there are 3 or 4 other officers with him on that are serving the trespass notice. Because I've seen this done in Las Vegas, I've seen it done in Oklahoma City, I've seen it done all across the country.
Well, in Illinois, like Martin said, once the proprietor, the owner, asks somebody to leave and they don't, they call the police, whether one come or 5. The officer has to tell them, you got to go. They don't want you here. After then, they can arrest him. But he has to tell them and give them a chance to leave.
Verbal
they don't. They don't have to have no written statement.
Right.
They don't have to have a written statement.
It's called the Chicago Police Department offers a criminal trespass affidavit. I just looked it up.
Okay. But he can.
They don't have to have one.
Okay. Listen to this.
Hold on. Are y'all talking about squatters or protesters?
We're talking about protesters.
We're talking about people coming to whether you a protester or you stealing or they just don't like you.
Or you loitering.
They just not like you.
Okay.
And they can ask you to leave.
Okay. People.
And usually something can be signed here in Illinois is they don't want you to come back and they want you to sign something so that the police can see that there's a pattern. They don't want you there anymore.
Okay.
And arrest you on site.
Okay, hold it right there. Let's go to the new caller. New caller, new caller, you got to turn your background down. Turn it down, please. Okay, 5724. Turn your audio down, please. You're next to talk.
My audio ain't on.
Now, hey, bro, listen. I already know who you are, brother. I asked you a long time ago. You can't come on here unless you apologize to that woman, man. To that lady, man.
He ain't on here, bro.
No. You can make a public apology right now. And I'll let you talk.
I was gonna wait till she got on there, bro.
No, that ain't what you said last time. You said you ain't apologizing. That's exactly what you said.
Yeah, I'm doing it though, bro. I'm telling you, I'm doing it. Why you won't just let me leave it at that, bro? Take my word.
Brother, listen. My thing is, let me just say this to you, brother. We respect our elders on this live. Now, we're not saying that the elders are always right. We're not saying that. They could be wrong too. What I'm just saying, we can't, I'm not going to allow you to come on here and call the 80-some-year-old woman a bitch. That's just out of pocket, brother. I wouldn't even, y'all ain't never heard me disrespect nobody on this live. Nobody. No matter what they say about me, how they say about me. Yeah. I'm listening.
Look, this is what I'm saying. You ain't said nothing about how she was talking to me, man. And you ain't said nothing when she was talking to old girl.
Brother, listen what I just said. You call that woman a B, brother.
Right, bro.
You got a mother. I don't know if your mother's still living, man. How would you like for me to call your mother a B?
No mama.
Well, I'm just saying. Okay, but you wouldn't want that, man. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, man, we are men, and we supposed to be example to our women, man. We can't disrespect our women like that, brother. We just can't do it. I mean, from a brother to brother. You know what I'm saying? We can't be on here.
Disrespect us either, bro. You keep saying it like it's one track.
No, it ain't a one track, but you.
Martin, he trespassing.
Yeah. Because you blatantly, bro. You blatantly called that woman a B, bro, and I was surprised at you, bro.
Hey, look.
I was surprised, man. You can't come on here with that gangster talk.
I was just gonna say one thing about trespassing.
No.
Trespassed a million times.
Yeah, okay.
You ain't got to sign nothing on those trespass. That's all I was gonna say.
Okay. Appreciate you, man. Thanks, man. Okay. All right. Listen, people, that's all I'm saying. I mean, the older people are not always right. But let's just respect one another. That's all I'm asking, man. I mean, we disagree. We disagree. That comes with the territory, man. I always say wherever you have a bunch of people that you're gonna have some trouble. But we got to have one thing in common, man. We got to get together somehow. We got to find the things that are common ground that can unite us to get some things done. That's all I'm saying. And what we're doing here tonight, we're discussing what's been taking place in Minnesota. You have some Republicans on here, some conservatives, you got some Democrats on here. Listen. Most places on the internet, they can't even be in the same room at the same time unless they're doing some backdoor stuff, making deals on a policy, you know. And we know in politics, there's no permanent enemies. We know that. Real talk, whether you want to believe that or not, you know, whether you want to believe it or not, but there is no permanent enemies in politics. Trust me. But let's get back to the program first on this. I want to say what Mark Wallace said, good friend of mine. He said the church is open to the public, but is not a public forum, which means you generally cannot enter a church to protest unless the church gives you permission to do so. Anybody got anything to say about that?
I think the word protest is different, right? Say we walk in the church, right? Just say we walk in the church. If you call it a protest, that's something different because there's rules, regulations, ordinances for protesting and things like that. So if it's an open protest, yeah, again, it's in legal terms. You know, I think my grandson, I'm gonna make him be a lawyer. My son's not one, my daughter's not one, but man, listen, it's them terms. And now we got cameras, we got video, we got audio of everything now. So can you enter a church, yell out something, approach the pastor, have a microphone, have a recording device, can you protest in the church? Probably not.
But here's a bigger issue that I would just like to express and everything like that is that let's not get caught let's not major on the minor. Let's look at the bigger picture. What does the bigger picture actually say? What is the intent for doing these things? What are they protesting against? What is the bigger picture? How are our rights being taken away? That's what you have to focus on. And see, what they basically done is train us to look at the small things. Those things, Martin just said it himself, is really not a criminal offense. It's a civil offense. So what is the bigger picture? Because what Trump said the other day, he said this yesterday, that he likes the way military looks in cities and states. That should alarm everybody. And as a military man, let me explain something to y'all. As a military man, war veteran and everything, whenever you have your military on your streets, looking at your grid and actually practicing drills,
That's a problem. That's a huge problem.
You got to say that again.
What they're basically, yes, that's what B-Rad was talking about. Suspension of habeas corpus actually means that he's able to put troops in our states and cities and things like that. So you cannot use American troops on American soil. That's a no-no. It's been a no-no. But they've had a court cases and everything like that. And of course, actually, the Supreme Court actually granted them. So they chipping away at this thing. They granted them. They got a huge victory on that. They came out to like a quarter of that law. And they're chipping away at that. Whenever you have a military on your streets, they are practicing. Wow. And they're practicing for something. And if all the immigrants are gone tomorrow, you think they're going to pack everything up and just leave?
Yo, I have one statement.
Go ahead. Then we got a new caller.
And I always thought.
Go ahead.
Yeah. I always thought that if the military was ever, just like the police department, we thought the same thing with the police department. If more of us are there, more black people, more black men, they'll go out and do the job. But when they have to go home and do that job, would they do it the same way? Like the white boy from Idaho or Indiana. If he's in the military, would he go back to Indiana and knock down his grandma's door? I always thought that was a line. Like I don't think we would do that. But the way you said it, I'm starting to question that.
Here's the thing.
That's crazy.
The thing about it is it's illegal to follow. You cannot follow illegal order. But the way things are going now and everything, and the pressure that they actually putting on people and everything, if you to follow a direct order and everything, you could be charged with treason. And you could be sentenced to death for that.
Y'all need to do a whole show on that.
Military law and civilian law are two different things. But understand what's going on. If you got a military army occupying your land, like Martin said when the gentleman talked about a year ago, and he was talking about this was Native American land, and Martin and I told him and said, it's your land as long as you can protect it. If you don't protect it, it ain't your land.
Who got the biggest
and
gun
who got
power?
all the guns? Right.
Yeah.
You know, who got the drones? These folks got drones. They got sonic stuff that's going on. They got those orbs in the sky and all the rest of that. That's military.
Mm-hmm.
They got satellites that can reach street
Can I ask one question to anybody that could answer?
Bill.
So if an American citizen, okay.
Go ahead, because we got 206, but go ahead, answer the question. Let 206. Go ahead, Bill. We're going to, because I don't want to spin the car. I want to get 206 time. But go ahead, Bill. Say your question.
If American citizen is going against federal laws when there's troops, boots on the ground, wouldn't that be considered treason also?
No, because they're citizens.
Terrorism.
Not just protesting. Not just protesting. I'm not saying just walking up and down. I mean stopping them from doing their job.
If you look at the Kent State situation and everything, that's why I say history is so important and everything like that. Now, if you engage in everything, if you fire at the officers and everything, you may not believe this. The military and the officers, we are trained that you have to have a clear line of fire. Although you are shooting at me, if there's a crowd back there, I cannot pull my weapon and try to kill you because you got children and women in the background. Now, when I signed up as a soldier, there's inherent dangers. When I went over there and everything across that water and everything like that was in that war and everything, I signed up for those things. A police officer, a fireman, and our first responders, we placed themselves in them positions. That's why when it came down to we placed ourselves in those positions. That's why a lot of leeway is given to officers and everything like that.
Okay.
And I think some people in the chat talking about regular drones that you could buy. No. The drones that these gentlemen are talking about are aircraft-sized drones. They're not some little shit you buy in Walmart and fly for an hour. These are aircraft-sized, unmanned drones
Okay.
that got missiles, bombs, radar detection, heat seeking, you name it. So I don't want nobody in the chat thinking we're talking about the drones we buy.
They got drones size of bees. They got equipment size of bees and flies.
Yeah, they do. Okay, let's get to 206. All y'all military
you can't
men
buy
on
it
here.
in Walmart. Yeah, you can't get it in Walmart.
Yeah.
You better tell them that. It's not that drone. No.
Okay, 206. Come on, 206. Oh yeah, we got a new caller. Let's open it way up for the new caller. 206. Come on, new caller.
Hey y'all.
Hey brother.
Hey y'all. Great show, man. Great show. Greetings to the callers, the listeners, and the people in the chat. Great show. Important subject, and I'll make it quick because I think your show is winding down. Don Lemon's in trouble, y'all. He's in trouble.
Okay.
I think y'all are talking about the KKK Act.
Yes.
Of 1871.
Right.
There's two of them. Yeah. There ain't one. There's two federal statutes that he may be that he has violated, and the first one. What's the name of that first one? The first one, I've heard of this before. It's the Freedom of Access to Clinic Entry Act of 1994. And those of you who have a pen and paper, it's 18 U.S.C. Section 248. And that was due to the violence associated with abortion clinics in
I remember
back in the late 80s, even though they wrote it in the 90s. You cannot, under this section, specifically Section 2 of that federal statute, you cannot block, intimidate anybody going into a place of reproductive health or a place of worship. You cannot injure, you cannot intimidate, you cannot interfere with their rights, and this is under the First Amendment right of religion specifically. He can be punished, because I was looking at this earlier today, and I'm thinking, what stupid has Don Lemon done? And someone said it earlier. There's people in media that want to shut him up, and he is criminally liable federally, or he's civilly liable for up to $250,000. I think they may get him on that one. But the other one that I mentioned that y'all are talking about, the KKK Act of 1871, also known as 42 U.S.C. Section 1983, and 1983 is when there must have been a Supreme Court trial, and the law was amended as a result of whatever ruling or judgment. So that's probably, I'm not a lawyer, y'all, but that's probably where the 1983 comes from. And here's the problem.
Yeah, you are.
For him. Say that again. I didn't hear you.
I say, yeah, you are. You sound like one.
No, I ain't. Hey, Chicago Public Schools, my brother. I ain't got no more sense than anybody else. I had
you a lot more sense. Go ahead.
Hey, I had to speak proper growing up, because if I didn't, my mama slapped you know what out of my ass. But you don't want us cussing on this show, so let me get to the point so we can wrap it up and say and commiserate. Now, here's the thing with the KKK thing. Don Lemon's in trouble because, like the other statute, you can't conspire, plan, or coordinate to violate people's First Amendment right of religious expression. But here's the thing: if you, this is what's going to get Don Lemon. If you know that there's parties that are going to go in that church and cause these problems while service was being held at that church, and you know that people are going to go in that church and disturb the service, and you know about it, but you do absolutely nothing, you're guilty under 42 U.S.C. Section 1983. Now check this out. I'm going to say this, I'm going to shut up. Check this piece out. There's a woman that's on X or Twitter. I don't do social media, so I don't even mess with it. But there's a woman, she has a post, and she's with Don Lemon. And in her post, Martin, if you don't want me to, that's fine, but I have it right here. Do you mind if I read it?
Go ahead.
Okay. Her name is Nakima Levy Armstrong. This is a pin post. This was only done maybe yesterday or something like that. She says, and I quote, "Friends, Here is a clip of our demonstration this morning at City's Church in St. Paul. David Easterwood is a pastor at this church and the acting field director of the ICE office in St. Paul. It's time for judgment to begin, and it will begin in the house of God. She must be black. I can't see her picture, but just the way she wrote there, she sounds like a sister writing that. Continuing. Thank you to all of the activists who showed up, plus independent journalists George Fort, Don Lemon, DeWoke Farmer, Brixton Hughes, special thanks, and it goes on and on and on. She's admitting in this post, there's 3 posts, but this is the one that I could find and pull out, that they knew that, number one, the pastor of that church was with ICE, that 2, that they were going to go to the house of God and let judgment, it's time for judgment to begin, because they were going to his church, and she directly mentioned Don Lemon in this post. Don Lemon knew that he can't say, oh, I'm just a journalist because I'm just doing my journalistic duty and this is the 5th estate and blah, blah, blah. She's a member of the people who went into that church and caused those problems. And in her post, she admits that Don Lemon knew exactly what was going on, that Don Lemon was coordinating his so-called journalism with what they were doing. And Don Lemon is just as guilty as everyone else because he knew what they were doing and he did absolutely nothing about it. Don Lemon's goose is cooked. I think he's going to be found. They're going to come at him criminally.
Here's how I know you ain't a lawyer. Allegedly. You left all that out. Allegedly. You're supposed to say allegedly.
Exactly.
You were supposed to be there off the rip. And Martin, I hope you don't mind me calling you that. I'll call you Mr. Johnson if you want.
That's cool.
We're going to fast forward some of these conversations. Not off the topic, but with technology. You don't know if social media is a bot. You don't know if they can track that, if they can use that in court, if it's legal or not legal.
That's true.
That's why the young people and all of us have to be critical thinkers when we read anything with AI or see anything right now. That's find some eggs or something back there.
But hey, who's the brother that was just talking? Who's the brother that was just talking?
Me.
What's your phone number?
Me. No, not me. That was
845.
What I'm saying is,
I don't want your name. I don't want your name.
No. You mean me?
Yeah, 845.
Yeah, 214. Is that your?
No, that ain't
845.
Yeah.
214. Well, 214. I agree with you 100%. I agree with you 100%.
And what you pointed out was
brother, can I finish what I'm saying? Can I respond to the brother, please?
Go ahead.
Thank you. To the 214, brother, I agree with you 100%. But see, this is the problem that I have with this. This woman has a history online on X. She's also been on television. She's a real person. There's 2 issues. Number one, this is not saying that you're wrong or even a rebuttal. But this is why I mentioned this, and this is why I think Don Lemon's in trouble. Number one, she's a real person with a real history. And number 2, Don Lemon has been making videos trying to remove himself from this issue to try to cover his behind. But the accusation that people have, they mention these posts, and he has said absolutely nothing, saying that these.
No. You said mention, and again, in the court of law, there's still. Go ahead, bro.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing you have to be careful about, because oftentimes what you have people throwing things out and everything like that and not fully explaining what's actually going on. Now, those statutes that he actually referenced, the 83 thing he talked about, it just gives them the right to civilly sue. So if you're going to say something, say the whole thing. And the thing about it is you're trying to prove a conspiracy. I understand what you're trying to do. That is a reach. And there will be no charges filed. And actually, you have to be able to meet an element of the crime. And basically, there was no crime there, even if he is charged. Let's say I agree with you and all the rest of those things. That is a misdemeanor. That's a fine. And the thing about it, you're talking about protests. I didn't see him punch that guy and everything. He had a small microphone in his face, and he was asking him questions. And the thing about it, the pastor actually engaged with him. He spoke with him. There was no hostility there. There was nothing there. And he did not tell Don Lemon himself to leave the church.
He did tell him to leave.
Gotcha.
He
So
did
the
tell him to
thing
leave.
is-
He did tell him to leave after the interview.
He did not tell Don Lemon.
Okay, let me play the video. Hold on, let me play the video. Let me play the video real quick because he did tell him to leave. Let me play that video. Hold on. I think it was this one.
I just thought it was a Bush League move.
All right. Hold on, let me see. He did tell him to leave.
It's unacceptable. It's shameful. It's shameful to interrupt a public gathering of Christians in worship.
Listen.
But there were folks who will say,
I have to take care of my flock.
okay, but listen, we live in there's a constitution in the First Amendment to freedom of speech and freedom to assemble and protest.
We're here to worship. We're here to worship Jesus because that's the hope of these cities. That's the hope of the world is Jesus Christ.
I want to be very respectful. Please don't push me though.
We're here to worship Jesus. Yes. That's why we're here. Yes. Okay, that's why we're here. Okay. That's what we're about.
Don't you think Jesus would be understanding
we're about
and love these folks?
We're about spreading the love of Jesus.
But did you try to talk to them as a Christian?
No one is willing to talk.
Okay.
I have to take care of my church and my family, so I asked that you actually would also leave this building.
You don't want to see
chronicle what happened. Unless you're here to worship.
I'm always worship. I'm a Christian.
We're here to worship. We're here to worship.
Y'all heard it. He did ask him, would y'all leave? You know.
Yep.
Good man. Go ahead, Bill.
At the end, he has to be asked to leave.
Yeah, at the end.
He has to leave.
At the end.
So in other words, he engaged in the conversation and everything. He did engage in the conversation. At the end, he asked him to leave.
He did.
Because Bernice Brass in the chat. Bernice Brass wrote in the chat like two things that I thought was important. I couldn't hear it because I'm on my headset, and he said there were children crying, and two, what if it was a black church?
He didn't go there, did he? He didn't go there, did he?
Here's the thing.
I just read the comments, and he was like, and I thought about
here's
that.
The thing.
My grandmother would have hit somebody to the throat with their elbow, like real quick.
All right, y'all. One mic. 901. Then we got to go to the new call. Go ahead.
Okay, here's the thing, y'all. Here's the thing. I'm gonna show y'all the trickery that Martin also be talking about. Black people, whenever they start putting race into something and everything like that, that is for an emotional response. That's all it is. It's for emotional response. That's it. Morally, was it right? I can agree with y'all. Legally, was it wrong? No, it wasn't. But whenever they start putting race into it and all the rest of those things, that's designed to throw you off. I'm done.
Okay, we got a new caller, 612. 612. Go ahead, Bill. Come on, Bill. Come on.
612.
No, hold on, 612. Go ahead, Bill.
What we forgetting is what Martin said in the very beginning of the show. We can't do what white people do. Now, the thing about Don Lemon, number one, he got some powerful people that's out to get him from him being successful with his podcast and internet stuff he got going on after the fact of being fired. They wanted him to fall flat on his face, but he bounced back. So we got a power structure that already angry at him, and they're going to do everything in their power, even if it don't stick. You see what has happened to prominent black men that got money, even the charges. P. Diddy, not a fan he is, but they charged that man with a RICO Act. By himself.
Yeah, no, he's on one.
What do you think? What do you think they're gonna do to him? They're gonna do something, and it's gonna be more than $250,000 because the power that's behind him, that's out to get him, is the media. And just like Martin said, we can't. We can't do what they do. So he's gonna be an example.
I'm gonna make you bad on this right
Somebody
here, Bill.
put your phone on mute.
Check the records and everything like that. Here's the thing: there's power, there's money on both sides of that fence, And don't be mistaken, Democrats and those support, they have a lot of money, a whole lot of money, and they have a whole lot of power as well. So I understand what you're saying and everything like that, but it's really not going to play out like that. It's not going to play out like y'all think it's going to play out. And honestly, it's not a big issue. I don't even think they looked into it, but it won't be no charges. This is to throw you off what's really going on, what's really happening. What's really happening is they trying to put these troops into your neighborhood. They already got you surveilled. Did y'all know on that Doge Act and everything like that they got your medical records, your financial records? They got your phone number. They know who you talk to. Under that Doge record, they gave Elon Musk and that Doge program all that information. None of your information is private. If your medical records, they know the last time you went to the dentist and what you was prescribed.
Hey, brother. Hey, brother, you there?
Yeah.
I think I'm going to say this real quick. I don't like interrupting people. I'm going to say this real quick. I think if they want to distract us with Don Lemon, there's going to be charges. That would be an even bigger distraction. But I agree with you. Soldiers in our neighborhood, it looks bad. I won't get into that because I've talked about it on the show before, but I think I agree with you. You just disagree on certain points.
You're a very intelligent person. I've been listening to you for months and everything. And I want to ask you something. Please do. I've been waiting on you. What do you think? What do you think? Wait a minute. Waiting on you.
Let it go.
Please do. No, hold on. Stop right there. Please do. I haven't heard that in like 35 years. Nah, that's the problem. I definitely appreciate that. Please do.
What y'all don't understand, Mark got some heavy hitters, some shooters. I'm not one of them, but he got some
Martin is a cheater. He's cheating, man. He's cheating. Jesus Christ.
Brother, you said you had a question?
Come on, y'all. Let's get to the question. Come on, 901. Shh. 901. 901. Everybody silent. 901.
My brother.
Yes, sir.
Briefly, just walk with me on this right here, because you're intelligent, brother. We can meet in the minds and everything like that. We disagree on a lot. Where do you think they are taking us? Think about everything that's happening.
Yeah.
The attack on the rights, the attack on trying to increase the executive power, which is the presidency.
Yeah.
The taking of your data, the putting the troops in your neighborhoods, going after the media, firing people from these jobs or these layoffs, cutting these social security programs, cut these children programs. The kids, they didn't cut the food for the kids to eat in the summertime.
That's right.
Where do you think they are taking us? And it's not no Democrat or Republican thing. This one of those things you really need to think about. So my question to you is, what? No. Please answer directly, because where do you think they're taking us?
I always answer questions directly, and I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you where I think that they're taking us. They're taking us to two places. This is my fear. This is my concern. But this is looking at human history and Caucasoid history. This is they're taking us to two places. Number one, the concentration camp. Number two, the gas chamber. Or the ovens. Now, wait a minute. Let me say this real quick. The laws, and you said that I have to say the whole thing, not part of it. We'd love to do that, but we have limited time here. And of course, my understanding is limited, but I do inquire. But this is the key. Since Ronald Reagan, laws that will allow them to do that have been put in place.
Yes, sir.
Each administration has put quietly, surreptitiously, subversively even, have put laws in place that will make legal concentration camps, rounding up people, rationing food, mandated military managed work camps. All of these laws.
Hold on.
No, I'm done.
No, hold on.
Hold it. Let him talk.
Right there,
No. Don't, please do not interrupt, people. I got a call on hold. He's been waiting patiently. Please do not interrupt. Okay, you're done, 206? Okay. Now let me get the floor back to 612. He's been patiently waiting. I need to turn his back.
Yes, easy, brother.
Man, can you turn your background down, man? Because that's your background, all that noise, man. It's killing me, man.
He got Soul Train in the background.
Yeah, something going on. Okay.
He watching cartoons.
Turn that down. All right.
Okay, Mark.
Yes, sir.
I just want to say, hey, brother, you was.
Oh, God.
Who was that? Yeah.
You was sharpening knives. He's sharpening knives in the background. I don't know.
That's
no, man.
Come on, y'all.
That's
Listen.
not me.
Hold on. That's not.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, please. Everybody mute their phone. I'm not gonna. Or I have to mute you. Just mute your phone until if you want to say something, unmute it. But mute it. Come on, 612. Come on. It's getting good, y'all. It's getting juicy.
Mark, last week when you said about the sisters who was in front, that sister there, know her personally, the biggest mistake she made when she made a video said she was going to disrupt these people's event, their church event. Don Lemon and her already had a correspondent together from back when George Floyd, when all of them was here, when I seen all of them was here. The biggest mistake that she made was going against this governor. The governor denounced it. St. Paul Catholic Cathedral announced it. Now they even got old girl, the one we were saying with the white collar, they were just protesting together. Now she going against her. See, everybody finna go against Kingdom because she's a big black woman from Black Lives Matter. Now, just like the brother said, these churches is talking about filing a big civil suit against Don Lemon and Black Lives Matter.
Mm-hmm.
Here's
they're
the
going to
thing,
file a major lawsuit.
The Catholic Church, if you notice, and I'm surprised because it happened right there in Chicago. One of y'all bishops was on Rachel Maddow, and basically she did a history of two priests that was killed in Alabama by a white guy because it was him and two black kids going to the store to buy a Coke, and they was just locked up previously for 6 days because they was protesting and wanted to, have us be able to go into restaurants and things of that nature. And the store owner actually shot the priest, who was 26 years old. He was in his uniform and everything, shot him in his back. And the other priest grabbed the two young black young ladies, teenagers, and ran with them. He turned the shotgun and shot him in his back. Your cardinal in Chicago stated and told his pastors, not pastors, but whatever, his underlings, his other little bishops, prepare to get your wills and your affairs in order, because sometimes we have to place ourselves and stand so that what you're saying is totally not true. As a matter of fact, they told them to get their stuff in order because, like Martin said the other day, some blood may have to be shed. So what we have to do is
anyone thinks that the Catholic Church operates off of religion, they're wrong. They have their own state and parcel of land, right? They can get sued as
you're going off topic.
No, but they can get sued as
the Catholic Church is a.
Now hold on, let me just finish my point. They can get sued as
religion in the world.
They can get sued as an institution, not a Baptist church, not a Protestant church. They don't get sued
the
like
Catholic Church is the richest. The Catholic Church is the richest church in the world. It's the Catholic Church.
So they get sued as an institution, not as a religious
organization.
So don't say it like, oh, they sued St. Paul's. No, it doesn't work that way.
No.
Not in the Catholic Church. It's an institution. That's how
But y'all, Martin called it last week when he said those sisters they are being used because it kind of shocked me to see we call her white collar. She have on a collar sometimes she don't. So both of them, so they play that game. Everybody who was in that church was played for a pawn because the white boy y'all see hooping and hollering in that man's face, he's from Washington, D.C. I've seen him about 3 or 4 times here in Minnesota. He get paid $30,000-$40,000 every time he come here when something go on.
We can't keep doing the 9/11. We can't keep doing the like all that stuff. These are paid actors and like, come on now. Everybody.
Hold it, 845. 845, please, bro. Let the brother talk. 612. Come on, 612.
Brother,
He been paying.
I live right here in St. Paul. The cathedral is 4 blocks away from that church. It's other church been there since the early 1900s. Them white folks is going crazy behind that. Now they were saying it's okay for the market, but when you invade these white folks' privacy in their church, hey man, you going against everything that whatever. Not even LGBTQ people. Well, I'm a Catholic and I'm this, I'm that, and she said out of her own mouth she was invited. Then she recounted and said we was going to do some destruction in this church because it was an ICE agent we heard was in that church. They didn't know if this man was a preacher. They didn't know nothing. But she on film telling 2 different stories and Don Lemon saying 2 different stories. But they called him in a lie because guess what? She called him and told him what he gonna do. He hopped his ass on a plane and came to Minnesota to be a part of it.
Yeah, he did.
See, this was going on here in St. Paul. I'm telling y'all exactly from the street, because I'm from the streets of Chicago, in L.A. This is what's going down. These white folks, Mark, is going crazy. They even talking about canceling this movement they were going to do Friday to shut the city down, but thank God it's going to be 25 below zero for the next 2 days, so maybe it can slow down. But this sister have, for the past 10 years, Martin, they finally set her ass up how they want her. They set her up righteously. Because believe me, this man said we going after Black Lives Matter. In John Lemon, they going for the suit.
No, I grant you this. Here's the thing. Now he's correct on a certain aspect of that. Now you know they already looking at that Patrice colors and everything like that. Now the reason what she's trying to do, she's trying to jump into the movement and everything like that. So when they prosecute her, she'll be able to say it's a political prosecution and all the rest of that stuff. So I agree with you on that. She's trying to get her butt out of trouble. But that really has nothing to do with that. When I saw her, I knew exactly what that was. I know exactly because they coming out about those mansions and things of that nature and how they spent the money. As a matter of fact, I think they've been indicted. Her brother and sister been indicted. So yeah, they're done. They're done. Yeah, she's done. So basically, she just tried to get public support which she don't have.
But see, this was here.
It brings us to 2026, right? It brings us to 2026, right? If Don Lemon, guilty or not guilty, in social media's eyes, a Cash App, he's going to be through the roof. He's going to have support even in the wrong in today's climate of social media. Mm-hmm. That's what we can't leave out. We're not talking about the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 70s, none of that shit. He's not going to lose. He might fuck around and run for governor. Lose and still get $400 million.
But here's the thing. You gotta understand that man's rich. But what I'm trying to say is, don't get caught up on Don Lemon. That's a non-story. That's a not even. That's why I don't have it. Don Lemon. That's a non-story. If somebody
they seen what they can do.
What? It would have been if it was somebody. If it was me or you, it would have made the news 5 minutes one day. Done.
It's that. Don Lemon gonna have a Netflix special next year. Hold on. By the end of the year, Don Lemon gonna have a $400 million Netflix special off this bullshit.
Hey man, kind of watch your language, man. Kind of watch.
Midterms is coming up. That's a whole.
Okay.
But it's not about Don Lemon. See, here's the thing that me and Martin and I talk about and everything like that. we really actually have to go deeper. Because what they really depend on with this social media and TikToks, there's a reason why they make it 30 seconds or a minute and all the rest of that stuff right there. Because what they're doing basically is shortening our attention span. And see, the thing about it, people don't understand, whenever you search for something on Google and everything like that, when your search results come up, don't click on the first one. Sometimes you have to click on the second page because that stuff right there is paid. See, there's a lot of propaganda that's going on. And I think it's 206 and also 206. Think about what they did to the internet now. What they did to the internet and how they really basically did it that.
Yeah. It's called the algorithm. And it's very difficult to be an algorithm that constantly adjusts. The algorithm used to adjust to groups, right? Groups of people, white people, black people, rich people.
Do you know?
Hold on. I'm just gonna say.
Hold on, 901. Hold it. Let 845. Go ahead, 845.
Yeah, okay.
Go ahead.
The algorithms used to be based off groups, your income level, your education level, where you live. Now your algorithm can be adjusted just to you, your device, your phone. That's what I said earlier. If you talk about Frisbees right now, you're going to get Frisbee ads tomorrow. If you don't have a dog, now that I'm talking about a dog, you'll get dog ads tomorrow. Algorithms are adjusted automatically now right to you as an individual. That's the most dangerous thing ever. You're not a group no more. They got you down to an individual. They know where you shop. They know where you eat. They know what TV shows you watch. They know what clothes you buy. They know it. It's not like you can put the phone down and walk outside. Yeah, but my Ring camera is going to catch my neighbor. His Ring camera is going to catch me. So it's down to the individual. Young people have to learn this technology. They have to be involved and engaged. They have to hear us oldsters talk about conspiracies and public engagement and all of that. But they have to understand the technology.
Good, brother.
Yeah, but you know what, brother? Here's okay. Here, hey, Mark. I just want to touch technology. Hey, Mark. I just want to touch on what their brother Mark was saying, and it got me really thinking what I've been watching for the past week. Now, y'all know what's going to happen here come Friday. They finna shut down our federal government system on the 1st. No more Medicaid money. No more food stamps for nobody. And the 20th. So now, what their brother Mark was saying, I've been watching people, the whites, older whites, and these Hispanics getting all this food, y'all. They've been stocking up. I'm like, damn. They're doing a lot of groceries. Coming to find out, they got these armories where you can go get $300 worth of food. But when the government open up your EBT again, you got to come and swipe that at the Lutheran church. Because I asked my Mexican neighbor, damn, you getting all this stuff with you? Oh, the Lutheran church. They said, because no more food stamps for nobody. So we getting prepared. Now it's cold outside. I watch my neighbors store their food in their garage. So I'm like, damn, what is my black people here doing? See why those sisters out here bum rushing for these Somalis and them, they already said a lot of them been getting double food stamps since '96. That's why the DOJ, FBI got here today. So they said, once we cut everything down, so how can you do that when it's going to be 20 below zero? It's cold as hell up here. Now your food stamps next week, ain't nobody getting no food stamps. Nobody getting, then now they didn't crack the 480,000 PPP loan thing, where now they can hit a button now, y'all. If you did PPP loan, like you say, Doge, that's why I say I love this show. Brother, you ain't lying. They hit the button. The button's finna get hit on the 23rd. So if you did PPP loan, once they hit that button in Minnesota, you will not get your SSI check. You will not get your SSD check. You will not get your pension check. This is what they have done in Minnesota. And this going on in California, Illinois. Because I just heard it's almost 60 police in Chicago finna lose their job. Behind the same thing. So these blue states finna get hit so hard by next week. In the Midwest, we're going to suffer. I was thinking about my people because here we got too many of our brothers and sisters out here.
Go ahead.
The blue
901.
states are actually, when it comes down to what you're talking about, cutting off those things. If you remember, they did that to Minnesota last month when they shut it down. And what does the judge order? The judge ordered them to release those funds. See, what you got to understand, it takes an act of Congress in order to do that. But you're absolutely right. And see, that's what I was talking to the other gentleman about. Basically, we got to understand basically what's going on. Let me break it down real quick, shortly, that these AI and computers are taking over jobs. What we're in right now, I want you to think about the Industrial Revolution. If you think about it, before we used horses in order to do things, to travel and take things. When the train came in, the industry changed, the printing press. And basically now what's happening is we're in the fourth or fifth, whereas the companies no longer need humans to do these jobs. They don't have to pay taxes on them. They don't have to provide any health care for them, no vacation time. They don't call in sick. You know what I'm saying? So this is what you actually have to pay attention to. And what my thing about it is, and what we should be talking about is spreading. We need to have and start advocating for universal basic income, because there are no jobs. And the thing about it, like that brother said, you have people that's graduated from Harvard and Yale that's sending out 5,000 resumes, and these people are getting no calls back. If you think about it, and here's the thing that's really going to trip y'all out. Florida just passed a law 3 or 4 days ago. You do not have to pass the bar to be a lawyer.
Oh, God dang.
Martin, I thought Brother Martin hit me up in the chat. I'm telling you.
Look.
Yo, we got to go forward. I'm just going to say,
Hold on, brother.
No, you right there with it.
Because
you got it. You right there.
What Martin trying to do is trying to educate and everything like that. I just do a lot of research.
Yes, sir.
Look at the project at 2030 with the digital IDs and all the rest of those things. The World Bank Forum said this right here: you will own nothing and be happy. What they're trying to do is outlaw properties. The problem is this right here. When they bind up all these houses and these corporations in these suburbs, you'd be surprised. Wall Street owns almost 40% of the houses in the United States of America.
Corporations.
These new subdivisions that they actually building, the new subdivisions that they actually building are being built by corporations. You will rent. They don't want you and your family living in a house by yourself. Those days are gone. This is a total takeover. And the thing about the situation is, and what they do, which should make people mad, they get us talking about the blue and red, the LGBT and all. None of that stuff making it is not what they try to do. Because you have people at the top. The people at the top, they call us psychopaths. Us poor people, but actually the people that some people praise, those are the psychopaths. You have to be psychopathic in nature not to want to let old people, they kicking old people like a house. Old people. 30 years worked on the job. 30 years. They can't afford their medications. They can't do none of those things. We are overpopulated. Look, Bill Gates bought up over 100 million acres of farmland. It's 3 corporations.
You're going too fast. You're going too fast. You're going. Martin, could you put your email where I can contact you and this gentleman can contact you? Because obviously you, him, your audience want to hear the new stuff. And let me tell y'all something about that food stamp SNAP benefit shit. When they say they took it away from people who were eating sugary foods, M&Ms, Coca-Cola, Pepsi got all that money back. Medicaid, when you go to the doctor with an $8,000 bill, the government doesn't pay you. They pay the doctor. They pay his, college education loan off. They act like poor people benefit off of government money. Oh, y'all got to stop eating potato chips. Well, tell Lay's and Wise and wherever you live at, whoever makes potato chips, to stop making. They
Come
get
on, brother.
all that money back.
You talking about potato chips? Come on, brother. Come on, brother. Come on.
They get all that money. They act like poor people get that money from the government. Oh, you bought a big LG TV. Who got the money? Walmart got the money. So if you think they're going to let them cut out all of that, these big corporations that benefit off poor people spending their what? EBT checks, their SNAP benefits, their food stamps, Twizzlers, gasoline, Netflix, they get all that money right back. Trust me.
Hey, here's the thing.
They ain't gonna let that.
When you get a chance, Mark.
You know what?
Okay. You got the bill.
But
You got the bill, Be
901
Red.
is-
Go ahead.
I'm starting to feel some of what 901 is saying, and it ain't got nothing to do with the SNAP benefits. Something that I've known for years that and anybody that owns a house could testify. Most of those loans have been backed up by the government. So that's who, if your house ain't paid off, that's who really owns your home.
Okay, Be Red. Be Red.
Yeah, brother. I've been listening to what 901 said about the distraction part. Now, if they are going to use the KKK Act to take away those rights we were talking about, the habeas corpus, I got to thinking, they got the Olympics coming up in L.A. They got 50,000 homeless down on the street and they're tearing the damn town up. And I'm trying to figure, watch those people disappear when the Olympics get to L.A. I wonder if they're going to send them out to that. I wonder if they're going to send them out to that crematorium that Brother Dick Gregory was talking about out there at El Segundo. We're going to watch 50,000 people disappear.
Right.
Poof. They just gone.
Oh, you lagged.
Check this out. I want y'all to look at this right here. I want y'all to check this story out, and I want y'all to do y'all research, because what I'm going to tell you is going to trip you out and flip you out. Do you know the reason why he sent those troops into Washington, D.C.? The reason why he sent those troops into Washington, D.C., the crime was down for 20 years. It's because his son actually have a club there. It's called the Executive Branch or something like that. And their memberships, they have memberships that they open that each member pays $500,000 to be a part of that club, exclusive club. And they was in that park and they needed those things cleared out. $500,000, you have access to the presidency and people in his administration.
Hey, Martin.
So the thing about it is, whenever they tell you this right here, and I understand whenever they tell you this right here, we arguing about the red and the blue and everything like that. Honestly, that's not the link. That's not the game. I'm going to tell you something, Martin. Melvin Smith said something about that blockchain. I wish he would call in and educate us on that, because that's where everything's going. That's where it's at. We have be honest with you people. Look, remember when we were young, the Jetsons and all the rest of that stuff?
Mm-hmm.
It's happening right now. All those movies that was on Netflix and all the rest of that stuff about advanced technology, they was priming us all the time. All the time, they was priming us all the time. And basically what they doing, Martin, they just keep on checking and checking. You know how your son or your daughter want something, they just keep on picking at you and picking at you and picking at you. That's what's happening right now. And basically what you're seeing is people saying, hold on, we have to stop this thing. We have to stop this thing. We have to fight this monster first, and then the red and blue, we can fight over that. But this is something bigger. And they doing this all over the world. Hey, hold on.
Martin, we need a back chat. You got people in the chat.
Hold on.
that know all that stuff, bro.
Hold on one second.
My bad.
Hold on one second. I'm gonna put this on a spiritual level. Martin gonna love this one right here. In the Bible, it says the beast system. What does it say about Revelations? If you really want to know what's going on, read Revelations. That's exactly what's going on. The 666, the digital things, you have to apply for this and all the rest of that to get that stamp in order to exchange goods. That's where we're headed. Revelations tells you everything. If you really want to know what's actually going on and where we're heading, read Revelations. It's in there. The prophecy is being fulfilled now.
We will not leave our young people behind. Martin, you need a channel for the people in your chat, like me and the people in your chat and the brothers on there, to reach you offline. Because this AI stuff, brother. We on it. We educate blockchain, all NFTs, all that. We on it. And it ain't no get rich, but it's for us to understand how the technology works. These people ain't got no dollars, but they move in billions.
And hold on one second. Let me explain something to y'all real quick.
Next.
Also,
go ahead.
Let me explain something to y'all. And I hate to be alarmist on this, but we got to pay attention to these things and everything like that. You know, the American dollar and everything like that, and the world runs on the petrodollar. We understand that, right? And the reason why we've been so successful and everything like that, because our dollar was accepted all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
Was a military currency. No, listen to me, brother. Just listen to me. And what's happening is we have bullied these people so much. And the thing about it is we talk about the migrants, but what people are not talking about is we're part of this Babylon system. And the thing about it is our hands are not clean. You should see what we have actually done to those Venezuelans, what we've done to their land. When I went on the trip, when I was in my master's degree program, we went to Nicaragua. Exxon was pouring oil into them people's water, into their ground, Hershey's chocolate. It's sickening. It's sickening.
Didn't I tell you that, Martin?
But anyway,
didn't I tell you what the United States had did in all those countries down there and turned those farmers and fishermen into drug dealers? This is part of it. Go on and finish now. Go on and tell them the truth. It's bigger than what I told them. Go on and tell them the rest of it.
They got this thing called economic hitmen and those coup d'etats and everything. The brother in Africa, Ibrahim Traoré, see, he was up under that French and they owned a whole lot of the minerals. That brother general got together and everything like that, started producing their own stuff and made them their loan back. That's why they want to get rid of him. When they bombed the people over in Nigeria, that was not because of no Christians. They talk about the Gaza thing and everything like that. The Palestinians are Christians. They did that because they want to get next to that brother in Africa. Because whether y'all know it or not, I need y'all to look at this. I show Speed, the young man, young black brother that's traveled all around Africa. Let
him go, rumble, young man, rumble. Let him go.
Let me tell you, I want y'all to look at Africa. And you get in our mind, you thinking it's huts. Man, no places over there make us look like a third world country. See, that's what they don't want to do.
They sitting on resources.
Hold on, bro. Hold on. And look at China. And see, what's happening is BRICS, this thing called BRICS. It's all the oil-producing countries in the world. All of them got together. And what they represent almost 40 to 50% of the oil on this planet. They've got together. They made their own currency. All the transaction before used to be through American dollars. Now they've got it where they're not using our systems anymore. They're actually taking each other's dollar and their own currency. So our currency's in trouble. And the inflation of the world and everything like that, they doing it now.
Yeah, that's gonna change. Everybody's gonna be on crypto money.
All right, let's give 206 a chance, and we'll probably end it. Come on, 206. He's waiting patiently. 206.
Great discussion, fellas. But I'm gonna thank you, Martin. I'm gonna bring it back to the U.S. And B-Red said something that jogged my memory. y'all if you're concerned about this at all, get a pen and paper and write this down, do some research. But in the 80s, okay, Dick Gregory and Steve Coakley talked about this. Most people don't know who Steve Coakley is, so that's all right. But in the 80s, there was an Indian immigrant from India. His name was the Bhagwan Sri Rajneesh. Okay? He was some kind of Hindu cult leader.
Yeah, up in Compton, California.
Hold on, brother. Hold on. Let me just get this out. He, you may be right. He started in California, but check this out. Wherever he was, he had problems with the local government down there. So he moved him and his commune to Oregon. And Oregon none of the counties wanted him in there. And they used a legal mechanism in the voting rules in Oregon to keep him from finding a home there. Check out what he did. Check out what this Indian did. This Indian got emissaries of his to go to the Skid Rows of San Francisco and Los Angeles. And he got almost exclusively, not entirely, but almost exclusively Black people, drug addicts, ex-con, hoes, mentally ill, or disabled from the Skid Rows of Los Angeles, and it was specifically Oakland. It wasn't San Francisco, it was Oakland. And he bussed those people, Jim Jones style, up to Oregon and got them to register to vote. And they took over a county up there in Oregon.
Eugene. It was Eugene, Oregon.
Brother, can I finish, please? Can I finish? Let me just finish this while it's still fresh in my mind. This cult leader got busted for some criminal activity up there. And the government of Oregon, and I think it was State Department, got rid of him. But people asked, where's the 1,700 people that he brought from LA Skid Row in Oakland? Where are those people at? They got the IDs of these people, and the only people who could account for some of those people were staff in a mental institution in Gooseneck, Oregon. I don't know what county that is. And that was only 85 or 86 people. So 1,600 and some people had been missing from the late 1980s to this very moment, and nobody knows what the hell happened to them. Something very similar happened. And this was all a play. Something similar happened in Hurricane Katrina, and labeling us as refugees in our own country, and taking primarily African Americans on these formaldehyde poison buses to all these different areas in the United States of America. Mm-hmm. Many of those people, to this day, are unaccounted for. Research that, please.
Facts.
Very important.
Facts. That's facts.
That's facts.
Okay, people, can we end it
Martin,
here?
I got articles. Martin, I got articles. If you want, I'll send you some articles.
Send it to me. Yeah. Send it to me.
Okay. Hey,
Martin, what is your email, man? You gotta give us your email, man. We got stuff for you.
Okay, I'll
we
put
ain't
it out
gonna
there.
bombard you, but we got stuff for you.
I'll put it out there.
Hey, speaking of Coakley, I'm gonna do 2 quotes off Coakley. 1, the people are so asleep that the facts are not important. Say it again. The people are so asleep that the facts are not important. 2nd quote, trust no one who believes in heaven because they will acquiesce with misery on earth. That means we will take all the bullshit.
You gotta watch your language,
to
bro.
Us thinking there's a better
brother, you just cut.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Man, brother.
Yeah. I'm sorry, my bad.
Yeah, we trying to let this
Trust
alert.
no one who believes in heaven. I'm sorry. I apologize. Trust no one who believes in heaven because they will acquiesce to the pain and suffering that they're dealing with right now, for hopes of a better place after that. Black people have never sat back and just acquiesce. Young men, young women never have done it. But again, the people are so asleep that the facts are not important. You can find facts on the internet. Any question you have, any inquisition you have, anything you want to learn is on the internet right now. We don't have to argue about a lot of these topics. But we do have to discuss what we see and hear. Because just like there's a video of someone walking into that church, there's a video of someone sitting in that church. So before we pass judgment, and hey, Brother Martin, I appreciate you having me up on the panel.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Brother Martin, are you going to be here Friday?
I'm not sure. I'll let you know, brother. I'll let you know.
Okay, but Martin, I just want to land my plane. Y'all pay attention to next month. Do you know they're supposed to remove 46,000 Somalians, their TPS? This is why when I heard that Brother Mark say what he said, it's all making sense. Trump got to send these troops in here because these people sworn they're not going to leave, and they were to fight for the. They swore they weren't going to leave. Jim Walsh already said we're going to protect them by any means. So we don't know what that any means means. But one thing I know, when they busted them last week with that $700 million trying to sneak up out of here, and they busted another woman the other day with $23 million in a U-Haul truck headed to Columbus, Ohio. So what's really going on? Like these brothers, it's good to have military men on here who understand code and all that. Because a lot of our black brothers and sisters in Minnesota, I ain't never seen them move since George Floyd, really. So now I'm trying to figure out why y'all is trying to protect these people. They busting them with $700 million, and y'all still want and still want to protect these people. But they said, quote unquote, they're gonna have to kill us. They got a whole community by the University of Minnesota, and I'm starting seeing 30 different type of people coming here from North Carolina. Them Anifa people. Hey, Mark, they walking around with guns right now. In the project, is what they. No, these white people, these white guys. Yes, they are here right now. Roberts, Minnesota, with a lot of them, Minnetonka, where all these houses and stuff that black people, I know black people ain't never lived in a building, was built in the 1980s. They got them, and they is surrounding them areas where if ICE come in, they say they're going to protect them. So I want to see how this going to play out. Because they showed, because they got to get up out of here, 46,000. And that's coming real soon.
Here's the thing about that Minnesota thing. Y'all got to look at this right here. The reason why they're in Minnesota, first of all, understand when it came down to that fraud and everything you're talking about, you know who they locked up and you know who the ringleader of that was. It was a white woman. Yes, Robbie. It was a white woman. So check this out. Politically, Tim Walz was the target to take him out for the 2028 election. That was a political move in order to do those things. And the person in vendetta he had against Ilmar Omar and everything, that's the reason. The reason why he sent those people in there so they can practice, because basically what they're doing is trying to manufacture a crisis where he'll be able to send those people in so they can start eroding at the rights. The play is bigger. See, we thinking one-dimensional. These people already had this thing planned 20 years ago, and we just not finding out about it. Because if you search on the internet, you can't find nothing on this internet that pertains to anything. The internet is a waste of time now. It's a waste of time. You cannot find anything. It'd be better to go into a library and start reading a physical book. Don't believe nothing on the internet.
Martin, you got some smart people over here, because that makes sense. They're going to practice on Minnesota this winter. Then when it comes to LA in 27, they're going to try to push all on people, the homeless people, because you know they're building this called Brightline. Brightline finna go from LA to Las Vegas. Do you know right now, they said it's the first time that so many black men got jobs coming out of Victorville, Compton. You got brothers moving from Compton into Victorville, California to work on these projects now, because the other people can't work. So I'm saying, where the hell are all these people going to go? My homie said, man, they got places out in San Bernardino they building. They got places where they trying to get rid of these homeless doping people. And he said, they said, quote, so many black people dying over drug overdose and they cocaine. But if you look at the organizations who give out the crack pipes every day in LA, they get paid over $12 million a year. Google that, Brian. You're going to blow your mind how you got 3 nonprofits for the past 10 years. They're getting paid $13 million to just pass out crack pipes and meth pipes.
But here's the thing, though. I'm gonna make a prediction on this right now. Y'all might think this out of bounds and everything like that, but I would not be surprised if they pulled the Olympics from LA, because that's FIFA and everything like that. I don't know whether y'all noticed. People start asking for refunds on this soccer thing that's actually coming, because basically what's happening is we've isolated ourselves. I don't know if y'all noticed, but Canada, Europe, UK, and Danish, and the rest of our allies have sent troops into Greenland. So if we attack Greenland, we're going against our own NATO countries. UK and Europe is talking about suspending trade with the United States.
Does anybody know why they want Greenland?
Hold on.
Does anybody know why they want Greenland?
I'm gonna shut up. I promise I'm gonna shut up. This gonna really freak y'all out. Canada on Sunday. This happened on Sunday. Canada signed a trade deal with China. They're buying $1 trillion worth electric cars from China, and also China's got $1 trillion with their products and their goods. Canada is our neighbor. That's a problem.
That's why they won't.
And the thing about it is, if they
I'll tell you why they want Greenland when they get finished.
The reason why they want Greenland is because Russia took over and do want to show that he's a strong man. That's the only reason why. Because I don't know if y'all noticed, we already have bases on Greenland. We already have everything we want from them. That's the only thing y'all do. Let's make another contract. Did y'all know we have bases and troops on Greenland right now?
Yeah. I was almost stationed there.
So you know what I'm talking about.
B-Red,
you want to show that he's a strong man.
B-Red, I'm
B-Red,
going to give you the last word. B-Red, go ahead. Last word.
No, I'm just going to say, did a little research on Greenland because I was trying to figure out why is he wanted so bad. Greenland holds 68% of the world's fresh water. That's the ultimate power play. If I own 68% of the world's fresh water, I own the world. Facts, go look them up. 68% of the world's fresh water is in Greenland. This is the ultimate power play. Water is more valuable than oil because you can't drink oil and live. But water, you got to have it. If they got 68% of it, you got the world.
206.
Trump is right on this thing about Greenland, y'all, in a sense, because what it is, we cannot afford to let China and Russia get Greenland. He's right on that, y'all. Because honestly, to be honest with you, it got down to the point where you have no choice but to support America, because basically right now we almost standing alone.
206.
All of us.
206.
Let me just say this one thing. B-Red is correct. 100%. But let me leave y'all with this. When you get a minute, if you remember, look up something put together by the U.S. Department of Defense called War Plan Red. I'll say it one more time. War Plan Red. Look that up. You'll be shocked. That's a big reason why they want Greenland. War Plan Red. Do your research.
All right, we're going to leave it right there, people. I appreciate y'all, strong black men. We got military men on here. We got Democrats. We got Republicans on here. We got fathers and grandfathers, retirees. And, man, I appreciate you, men. Man, the men are taking over the show. I'm telling you, that's a good thing because we got to give women something to follow, something to believe in.
You want Honey to call in?
No, thank you for hosting us. No. Hold hold on. Thank you for hosting us.
Yes.
And that's fact. Thank you
Right.
for hosting a open platform.
Well, this is
for people to be,
right. Well, this is the only show that I know of that's on YouTube where you can call in and don't agree with the with the host, and he'll let you talk. Because most shows they do not let you talk if you're not saying what they want to hear. Period. That's just how it go.
Like, share, subscribe.
That's it.
Like, share,
Before we go, cause let me say something real quick, before we go. Look, y'all, this man is coming on here after working all day and listening to us rant and rave like lunatics and everything. And
where's his
truth out there. That's exactly what I'm about to say. Man, let's go and support this brother. Hold on, listen to me real clearly. We need to bring more people on here. Talk to your family members, some of the people that's in your life that's experts in some of their fields. Because like Martin say, I want y'all to look at YouTube. It's nothing but trash on there. Nothing but trash.
Garbage.
Straight garbage. So let's support this brother. Well, honestly, this man right here, he should have the #1 show in America when it comes down there, because we have no voice. Mm-hmm. We got to have a place where we can come together. And honestly, so serious that he's providing this platform for us.
He take time out of his day
to
do stuff I would not do.
I know.
I would not let y'all talk the way y'all talk or comment my.
Come on, brother. Stick on. Hold on. Stick on topic, brother. We need to be paying this brother and compensate this brother for it.
That's what I'm saying. He do what we wouldn't do. Put something on his books, man.
Well,
because I'm gonna tell you another because he already had to put about the other house and everything like that. So when y'all send the money, he could pay his rent, pay me.
He's just talking, y'all. Just talking.
And I'm just finding out. He been doing it for a long time.
Oh
That's
yeah,
why I put on his books. Don't worry about it.
I'm not a new kid on the block. I've been, I ain't new to this. I've been listen. But you know what, man? I have
in New York.
I have a passion for what I do, brother. It's a true passion, man. And I had a young lady tell me, like, man, you ain't got no girlfriend. All you do is be on the internet all the time, all nighttime, But you know what? My thing is, I'm loyal to the cause. You know what I'm saying? I'm 50-some years old. I ain't had enough. You know what I'm saying? If I don't get no more, I'm straight. You know what I'm saying? I'm straight. So I'm loyal. I'm trying to get us to the next level, dog. The next level, man, so we can have some and plan and be strong. I appreciate you guys for the words of encouragement, for the sending me text messages and support. 901 did a great thing for me. I didn't know me from a can of paint. He didn't know, the man didn't know me from a can of paint. I know. Don't worry about it. I'm just saying, I ain't saying what it is, but he did something that benefit me. Because you can feed a man for one day. They say give a man a fish, you feed him for a day, but if you teach him how to fish, you feed him for a lifetime. So the man gave me something that I can carry on and make this program run smoothly. And I ain't talking about no money either. So it's knowledge. He put me in a position where we all can win. And I'm not selfish. I'm not afraid to let 206 or 901 or 845 or Bill, whoever, win on this platform. I'm not afraid of it. Because guess what? Just like Martin Luther King went off the scene, Elijah Muhammad went off the scene, it's going to be somebody else's turn. And we got to keep the ball rolling, people. Keep it rolling. Keep them rolling. Keep it rolling.
Yes, indeed.
We got to keep it rolling.
Now, hold on. You can't do without. If you need, and hold on, let me say this one thing. You can't do without. If you need something, technology, I ain't gonna go in other areas. Holla at it. Hits 845.
I got your number. I got it.
Anything you need help with.
Right.
Yeah. Hit me up, text me. I got you.
Listen, be real good. 206. I'm putting you on notice. When you come in here, be ready to rumble.
And you got to bring more than them stats and all that stuff you throwing out and limit it on the information. So I done called you out. Ooh. My brother.
206 probably gone.
I'm just kidding, but thank you, Martin.
Martin, hit me back. I'm there for you if you need something, bro.
Okay, cool. I appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all for y'all support, man, because it means so much to me. Because sometimes, man, the encourager need be encouraged sometime. You know, it gets hard for a brother sometime. Some of my people that listen to me, follow me, and always say that, well, I heard a preacher say, I know none of y'all don't believe in all that, but a preacher said, he said, when people give to you without you asking, they're supporting you, they taking that support to another level. And that's cool. Without you have to beg or swindle them all. And I'm a firm believer, whatever God has for me, it is for me. He give me exactly what I need to do to have what I need. I got every piece of equipment that I need right now to do exactly what I need to do. If I pack up and go to Minnesota, I'm good. I ain't got to take all what's in front of me, but I got enough stuff to take. So even if I get knocked upside my head and taken away, I still can come back and be straight and be on the internet. No, I'm just speaking. No, I'm just saying.
No. Yeah, they ain't gonna happen nowhere.
No.
It ain't gonna happen here.
No.
You coming to my town now?
No. Hey, listen. Ain't no punk said, y'all know that. We don't. I try not to talk that, but we got to get a Zoom on that and talk about that. You know what I'm saying? That ain't for the public. You know what I'm saying? Because I love Martin Luther King. We spoke great of him, but I ain't that Martin Luther King type guy. I'm telling you. You know, hey, I'm more Malcolm X. You hit me, I'm hitting you back. You know, period. So, I mean, that's just how I get out. I ain't mad at nobody now. I ain't mad at nobody. But I appreciate y'all. We've been on here, about 3 hours or something like that? About what? Yeah, 3 hours. 3 hours. And I'm for those of you that want to give to my thing, I'm gonna throw it up on the screen and you can just go back. I put my email up there too as well. So, but I'm gonna put it on the screen and I can do that later. But I'll put it up there and you guys can get it. And I appreciate y'all, man. I'm out of here. You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. Tell the truth. And shame the devil. That's what we got to do, people. I love being black. All right, go in peace, people. Peace out. All right.